TOS, guys.
Shadows they creep, whisper lies in the night, bleeding hearts on the street, turn our world into fright. Chaos reigns in the dark, shattered dreams all around, feel the pulse in your heart, lost but never profound. Drops coming back strong, pushing the fake aside. Gonna right all the wrongs, gonna bring back the light, gonna bring back the pride. Demons spit on our flag, burn the truth till it breaks. Silent screams never drag, stealing more than it takes.
All right. I hope everybody is having fun. We got Wicked Wally as one of our guests, the Farn, Mr. Palpatine, and of course we're waiting for a couple more of the VK guys. Specifically, of course, Chris Lestrange, who his ass hasn't gone in here just yet. What's up, bro? Good to see you, man. But yeah, we are waiting for Chris Lestrange. I think he's live right now, so he should be fucking rating it and coming in pretty soon here and there. But
Chris is raiding in the same way that I can raid. Him and I had this conversation yesterday.
he calls it the ghetto raid. The ghetto raid, bro. I was like, yeah, the ghetto raid sounds about right. Fucking ghetto raid. But hopefully he comes in and we'll see what's up with that. Anyways, guys,
it should be a chaos raid because you're just sending everybody running everywhere.
No shit, man. No fucking shit, dude. Anyways, we were talking about before we went live. Sorry about that. To interrupt y'all's conversation, we were talking Mortal Kombat, bro. The fuck?
Nice.
Yeah, I was
some
asking
MK shit.
Fucking did when they had when they did RoboCop and Mortal Kombat, did Peter Weller do his voice?
Yes.
Excellent. Which makes sense because like he came back in 2022 or 3, whatever it was, whenever he did RoboCop, the first-person shooter that came out a couple years ago.
Rogue City, that came out, I think it was, that was October of 23.
That game was so good.
It
Rogue
was.
City?
I love that.
I
So
think,
they made this game that kind of feels like you're playing Fallout New Vegas, but with RoboCop.
Oh shit! I think I saw the trailer to that game. Wait, hold on. I thought that game was new though. Wasn't it going to come out earlier this year or something?
No, you might have seen the trailer for the DLC that's coming out soon. Unfinished Business. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what I
like
probably
the
saw.
Omni Tower or whatever they're calling it.
Yeah. No shit. Fucking Farney in his fucking Street Fighter costume. Dude. That's fucking hilarious. Dude. No shit, dude.
Now he's making it look like we all coordinated to wear red.
Red.
Like,
No
fuck?
shit. That did not happen on purpose,
Bring it
bro.
on the fire.
Well, I'm wearing black, so
He's got to have everybody thinking we were all in a group chat being like, so what are you wearing today, guys?
For reals, dude. I was like, what the fuck? We're all wearing red right now.
We got the
No
Master
shit.
Palpatine just like leading us like his League of Villains kind of thing going on here.
yes.
No
that's-
shit, man.
That is exactly what it is.
Like a
Fucking-
Carnage. You could have been a Kuma if you put more effort into that costume change.
Yeah, more effort than nothing, basically.
Dude, by the way, man, you cut your hair, Farney.
yeah, bro.
No shit,
I can't
man.
have like the Goku hair for this. I'm sorry, man.
Fucked up, bro.
yeah, man.
No shit, dude.
Also
You
became
keep kidding me, dude? Like,
man.
ever since I
That's ridiculous.
started, like, shaving the sides, like, my bed head is like Vegeta when I wake up.
Nice, man.
we are doing matching thongs today too. They're white
Of course.
and brown.
Joke's on you guys. I'm not wearing any underwear.
Oh, fuck. You didn't get the message, bro.
Wait, you guys are wearing pants?
Fucking free balling it today, dude. Free balling it. Dude, fucking, what do you call it? Did you guys see that new, I haven't seen it yet, but I heard that it was like one of the shittiest fucking Marvel movies. The new,
Brave New World?
yeah, that one with Black Captain America. Did anybody see that movie?
No.
No, I haven't seen
Nope, I haven't seen it yet.
That sounds awful, man.
Dude,
Yeah,
I heard it was
no
really
desire.
bad. Like, apparently
Let's
Harrison
be
Ford.
honest. They sold that on the back of Red Hulk being in that movie.
I heard
And
he
was
only
part of the
came out like,
reshoots.
yeah. I heard he only came out like in the last like 20 minutes or 30 minutes of the movie or some shit.
I mean, that's still longer than we've ever gotten the Dinobots in a Transformers movie, for fuck's
That's a
sake.
good point. Good point.
Dude, I don't know.
The only reason why I went and saw that Transformers movie, the one that had Stanley Tucci in it, was because in the trailer,
hmm
Optimus has a sword, and you see Grimlock. Except Grimlock never transforms and he doesn't talk. He's just a robot dinosaur the whole time. And growing up, Grimlock was my favorite Transformer.
Oh, God.
I got
I
a
thought-
G1 Grimlock on the shelf. You want me to get him?
If you want, that would be pretty dope.
I'll be right back.
Dude. Hey, weren't they making like the Beast Wars movie, bro? For Transformers?
I thought
Because I saw
so.
the Transformers Beast Wars shit. And it was going to be like you know,
God.
Cheetor and Rap Trap and shit. All the fucking old school ones.
I feel like that would be terrible. Like it would not be a good film.
Probably.
I love the show, but like those Transformers movies are so bad. Like I can't imagine the Beast Wars movie is going to be any good.
It's true.
That
Hey.
is amazing. I never had them growing up. I always wanted one, but I never had it.
I'll do you one better. This is the first Transformer my grandmother ever got me when I was like 4 years old on a day I was sick.
Oh, dude, my cousin
wow.
used to have that same one. Does it play like it takes cassettes, right, in the chest or something?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the Buzzsaw one that
Yeah,
it came
dude.
with, which is like the knockoff version of Laserbeak that they never really used in the show.
That's
But
awesome, man.
somewhere in my closet, I do have his other cassette tapes. I got Rumble, Frenzy, Ravage, Rat Bat, Slugfist, Overkill, Laserbeak. They're all in a crate somewhere.
Soundwave.
Soundwave, yeah.
Yes, I'm that much of a fan that I just listed all the Soundwave cassettes off the top of my head.
God, like I remember when I think it was I want to say it was.
Only if Palpatine approves. Palpatine?
Man, it's your show, dog. Don't put that on me.
No, bro. I'm putting it on you, bro.
No, like,
Yeah. No way.
Sorry, Imperious.
no, I meant
That's
no,
awesome,
you're
man.
not putting it on me. Like, no, like I said, it's your show, dog. Like, look, he and I don't get along, but like, if he's gonna be cool, I don't give a shit if he's here.
Yo, they did come up with a Beast Wars movie. It was called Transformers: Rise of the Beast. It came out.
Yeah, I got a lot to say
did
about
they?
that.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
I have no
That'd be
idea how
terrible.
bad it did. I'm pretty sure it's pretty awful if nobody even
That's-
knows it existed.
Like Farney, turn on. I watched that movie twice, just to make sure I saw everything I saw the first time.
no, it's just a terrible dream. I fell asleep during it.
Like, just go into your kitchen, turn the faucets on full blast, and that's the sound of all the piss that was dumped on my childhood by that movie. Because
That's
not
brutal,
only
man.
did they shit on Beast Wars in that movie, they shit on Unicron.
That's
Man.
horrible. Why would they do that?
Yo, you
And
guys.
speaking of Beast Wars, here's an oddity I'll share. This is a Japanese exclusive Galvatron from the
Dude,
Beast
what?
Wars anime that was never localized in the US.
That's crazy, man. You got it all going. That's sweet.
Damn, dude, you
That's
have a
the same
collector's.
show that the infamous Optimus Prime White Lion came from, but it's never been imported here for some reason.
Shit.
It's got the Snorlax mug going too.
Yeah.
You're all ready
Oh,
for
oh,
today.
bro,
I didn't
Wicked.
get the memo, man.
Wicked, isn't your favorite Pokemon Snorlax?
Yes.
Dude.
I basically am a Snorlax.
True.
Oh my god, dude.
But like back to the Soundwave thing, I was gonna say a second ago. What's a total mind blow for me as a kid was I was watching Beast Wars, and then Ravage actually shows up.
Yes.
He's still alive.
The season 2 finale.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was thinking. It was season 2 when Ravage shows back, and then by the end of it, he transforms, and he still transforms into a cassette tape.
But now he's like a humanoid robot-looking panther, like walking upright, like he's not an animal. It was weird.
It was really weird.
Yeah, Transformers had some weird shit, bro. Like the you know the old school TV show was what in the 80s when it originated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Transformers was 80s, bro. Damn. Yeah, I was a 90s kid. I remember that shit like to me was old. So I grew up with like the Spider-Man and the Batman stuff, Fox Kids.
Dang.
Well, so did I.
Well, there was
Yeah.
a time in the
Which was
90s. There was a time in the 90s they repackaged the early seasons of Transformers as like Transformers Next Generation because they were reissuing all the toys in the early 90s, but they were repaints of them. That's when you got like instead of green, the new Devastator was yellow.
And then Beast Wars was, I think, late 90s, right?
Mid, like 95,
Mid-
96, I think, something like that.
That was when like the
Because,
computer age was coming in.
Because like I was in junior high when Beast Machine started, I think, or maybe even high school.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
they called it something different in the States. In Canada, they called it like Beast Wars. In the States, they called it like Beast Machines or something.
No,
like that.
Beast Machines was the sequel series to Beast Wars.
It's
Because there
dog
was like,
shit.
I know there was a different title for America versus Canada for that.
All right, so Farney, I'm going to blow your mind here. So instead of getting the Japanese Beast Wars Neo series and like Beast Wars 2 combined that they called it, which was a Unicron saga, actually, we got the CGI versions. But then they switched and started importing the Japanese series in order. So that's when we got Transformers, Robots in Disguise, and then Armada, and then Energon,
I liked Armada.
Cybertron, all the anime series that lasted till like I think till they did that Transformers Prime show that was a takeoff on the Bay movies.
Oh, okay. Damn. No shit.
Yeah, usually the Japanese versions were all better for all these anyways, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know why they never brought the Beast Wars anime to the US in English. I really don't. It makes no sense. And the fact that, like, they've still never thought of doing it baffles me.
Well, dude, they have to remake a bunch of Disney movies first and stuff, so they haven't changed all the Marvel characters from white to black and from male to female and from straight to gay.
I mean,
they'll get to it.
Maybe
Wally,
maybe the Japanese Beast War series had a whole subplot with Lady Gaga that made absolutely no sense, and then the music was like questionable, so they just didn't import the show.
Yeah, man. Yo, so is Wally the only one on here that maybe even has a chance of knowing Inhumanoids? Did you guys ever see that?
I don't think I ever caught that one.
No, neither did I.
Inhumanoids was like one of those like classic cartoons that Christian cancel culture, like the moms came in and canceled because it was too brutal. Oh, it was amazing.
Humanoids. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Inhumanoids.
the Inhumanoids.
Yeah, so they like literally had people dying in the show, like episode after episode.
Oh,
it was
shit.
drawn in like this really cool like comic book style. Everybody looked like more like real and less cartoony.
Really?
That's what was shocking to me
Oh,
about
so
Exo
good.
Squad in the 90s was like important characters died in that show. And they
Wait,
didn't- remember
are you-
Exo Squad?
You're talking about this shit?
Yeah, man, that's it. Look at that. Look, yeah, right there.
What
The
the
blood covered all over him and stuff. He would open up his rib cage and he would put people inside his rib cage. He would take his claw, go up to people that are sleeping, and like just poke them with it, and you go decompose, and they would die before your eyes, becoming these like zombie creatures.
Never saw
Dude,
this.
like
Dude.
the main the fat guy there on the far right, he's like he's the leader of them, right? And he like lives in the Earth's core, and he like takes lava and he pours it inside of like these like Confederate soldiers, and so like there's a bunch of Confederate soldiers talking in Confederate kind of like accents going around and fighting people and stuff.
So are they all racist? It's like,
Yeah,
what the
they're-
fuck?
You mean basist? But,
Based? They're based? Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, so you see those four guys, the four characters there, that's like Earth Core, right? So they were like researchers and stuff, and they'd had different kind of like suits to like dig at rock and like grappling hooks and stuff. Such a good show, man.
Shit. Okay, hey, does anybody have Anson Knowles on Discord or something? We got to send him an invite. Anson wants in. Actually, you know what? I'll just put it in the fucking chat. Anson, come in.
Sounds good. Thanks for the support too, Anson, man.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Hold on. Go ahead and continue. I need to find my
Inhumanoids.
Yeah, dude, I have never heard of that shit.
Dude, they have like this sweet like helicopter flying scene in the intro and stuff. Like, so good because it's back then when it's all like hand drawn and all that, you know?
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, dude, this shit looks like it was an actual comic book.
Yeah, man, it's sweet. You should look for like the human pictures, man. Like, it looks really good. Like
All the
way they
cool
did
stuff
the
from the
humans.
80s ended in oid. We all know that.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's true. All the old, yeah, no kidding, bro. All right, Anson, get your ass in here. The stream link is in the chat, bro. And then Chris should be joining us in a bit as well. We got I think all you guys are VK dudes, right? All of you.
Yeah.
So there you go. We got it in.
Anson's come on some VK too, man.
Yeah. I think I've seen Anson on there before, plenty of times.
If
Dude.
you do.
If you don't. But dude, when I was a kid, did you guys ever play the Mega Man games growing up?
Oh yeah,
I did.
They were
Dude.
amazing.
I played all
Dude.
of them.
Yeah, Bricky, what's up, bro? Actually, speaking of VK guy,
Get on that rant, man.
where's
Hello.
that fucking accent?
Hey, boys, you all right?
Doing good, man.
Great. Yourself?
Ricky, my brother, how are you?
Wally, I'm a bit disappointed that Jake never gave me an invite of his nerd zone.
Bro. I'm gonna get shit on by everybody. You didn't invite me. I'm like, dude.
The geeks rejecting the geeks. That's no good, man.
Hey, but now you're here, Bricky. It's all good.
That's the dad in people like me and Brick who got kids. We don't get mad, we get disappointed.
Yeah, but this is it. I mean, I've wore glasses since I was 3 years old. Right, okay. So I'm a genuine bona fide nerd. You know, I mean, even boys, I used to have to wear a patch on me good eye, right? Okay, you know, at one point. Now, this wasn't a cool pirate patch. This was an overgrown fucking plaster, right? I got stuck to me good eye, and made me like me weak eye work more. Didn't do us any fucking good, but I mean. We've got Wally. We've got Wally in here. You do know Wally was a jock. He was on the fucking like. He was on the.
That's news to me.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's not a nerd.
You want me to dig out my prom pictures, Brick? The girls were hot, but I wasn't.
Please, Wally, do that.
Bro, I feel like Bricky is Seamus from Family Guy. Like, he could do the voice for this dude right here.
Yeah. I
Like,
agree.
that's what I picture Bricky to look like.
With the patch as well.
With the patches, yeah.
You are.
What's up, Anson?
Hey, what's going on, Jake? I hadn't seen you on a panel since Mr. Westford times.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
watching on that.
Yeah.
He don't do his show no more, though, do we?
I see him on on occasion.
Yeah, I haven't heard him in a while.
I've seen him. I feel like I saw him live recently.
Yeah, I'll have to check him out again.
How we
How you
doing,
doing, Jake?
Anson? How we do, Anson? Never mind, Jake. He didn't invite us until you give him $2, right? Okay.
Bro.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well,
I
I'm
wonder what
sorry.
I'll get for 10.
I mean,
Dude,
Chris was offering head.
You give Jake $10. We'll all change our shirts again.
There you go. Yeah, dude. Actually, Wicked Wally will dress up as Scorpion for $10.
I don't have the gear for that.
Make do with
You
it,
mean
man.
you
Just put a hoodie.
don't fit into the outfit no
I got the
more?
gear to do Vega versus Ken with Farney. That's about
There
all.
you go,
Oh
man.
shit! Just do Vega.
Wally's got the physique for Mario. That's about it.
Bowser more like it.
I got the physique for Kingpin too, actually. I just got to shave my head like I used to.
No shit. You're definitely a Kingpin guy.
Speaking of Kingpin, has anybody been
I don't know,
watching
man.
Born
I
Again?
saw Kingpin in a movie, and he was black, man. You're not black, so you can't be Kingpin, man.
That's true.
Sorry.
Dude,
Yeah,
have anybody?
Michael Clark Duncan was Kingpin in that movie, and you're right, Farney. He was black and dead.
So here's the thing. I actually defend that choice because in 2002, I mean, the movie came out in 03, but it was being cast and filmed in 01 and 02. And at the time, physically, there was
He
not an
was
actor
the
in
only
Hollywood.
choice available.
No, he
Yeah,
was
and
good
he was
in those
good.
ways, but he's
He was
supposed
one
to be
of
an
the-
Italian mobster boss kind of thing, not
Well, fit. I don't know. Is fit he's supposed to be a mob boss, but I mean, you have black mob criminals, not mafia, not like Italian, but I don't know it. It
he
worked.
was sophisticated
good.
mob boss, not ghetto mob boss.
No, but he was sophisticated.
Yeah, he
was,
had
like-
style, class,
Yeah, Michael Clark Duncan did all those things.
I
thought
did like him in the role. That was
the only
that
good
didn't feel
thing.
preachy to me. It felt
Yeah,
like just like they were trying to get a guy that could play him properly. Right?
The only good things about that movie was him and Colin Farrell as Bullseye.
Oh yeah, Colin Farrell Bullseye was actually really awesome. I liked him.
We're there. The best thing about that movie was the end.
Oh, when it finished? Yeah, when the credits started rolling.
I really like the director's cut of that movie. The director's cut of Ben Affleck's Daredevil is actually good.
It's a much better film, yeah.
It's a much better, much superior product to the theatrical cut by far.
I didn't even know there was a director's cut.
It adds about an extra 20-minute subplot that makes the ending where everybody finds out that Fisk is the Kingpin actually makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And Coolio is in it.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to have Coolio, man.
No, and he's
this is the director's cut of Daredevil, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, man, I gotta check that out then, man.
Yeah.
I think Ben Affleck's really good for comic book movies. He's a great actor. I really liked him as Batman. He's like the. Well, I can't say that with a straight face. Sorry, I was about to say.
I 100%
I feel bad for Ben Affleck when it comes to some of that shit because, here's the thing. I'm convinced the worst thing you can do as an actor in Hollywood is say that you are a fan of the property that you're being cast in, because then fans consider that project is yours. Even though Ben Affleck didn't write Daredevil, didn't produce it, didn't direct it, he just acted in it. It's his movie that he fucked up, according to all the fans. Same thing when Reynolds did Green Lantern. Same thing when Nick Cage did Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ghost Rider was pretty good.
Well, I was gonna say, and Nick Cage actually is a Ghost Rider fan.
Yeah.
He actually is
Yeah,
a
he's
Marvel
big.
comic fan.
He-
Nick Cage's real name is Nicholas Coppola. He's Francis Ford Coppola's nephew, I think. He chose the last name Cage as his stage name because of Luke Cage, because he was a fan of Heroes for Hire as a kid.
No shit, really? That's
Yes.
why?
Because
I didn't know
he's
that.
a fan of Power Man, also known as
Holy
Luke Cage.
shit.
And yeah, seriously,
Got
look it up.
Damon.
Hey,
Damon.
Damon.
Finally making it.
But no, I defend this all the time. I actually really I unironically loved him as Batman. I thought he was the best movie Batman we've ever had.
Bro, actually, dude, Ben Affleck looks exactly like the cartoon version of Bruce Wayne from the 90s.
He looks like Bruce Wayne, 100%.
Yeah, big time.
Especially in Batman v Superman when he was fully roided out.
Yeah.
He was, on TRT and throwing a ball, and he was doing CrossFit, and he was super jacked. Yeah, he looked like, by the time he get to Justice League, he'd kind of checked out a little bit, and he'd lost a lot of muscle mass.
Yeah,
He
but
was
that
still
first
good.
run.
I just watched the Snyder cut of Justice League again the other day, and he's still good in it. But yeah, it's you could tell he was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, but we're not blaming Bruce Willis, who was.
There you go, Palpatine.
He played.
Dude.
He played. Who did he play? He played. Braveheart.
Side.
William Wallace. We're not blaming Bruce Willis, is it? For
Mel Gibson.
No, Mel Gibson.
Mel
Mel Gibson. That's it.
No.
Where the fuck did I get Bruce Willis from? Who's Bruce Willis?
Bruce
Die
Willis. Yeah, Die Hard. The bald guy.
That's
John
even
McClane.
better. Oh, that's
Untouchables.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. But so we're not blaming Mel
I
Gibson.
could be so terrible right now, Bricky. You have no idea.
No, go on, please, Wally. This is why I love you. Please be terrible.
I was going to say, I'm not
gonna say that-
surprised. I was going to say, Bricky, I'm not surprised you don't remember who Bruce Willis is these days. I don't think he does either.
Dementia joke. Oh, savage.
Oh,
What the fuck did I walk into, fellas?
I'm an awful
Wally.
fucking person. Thank you very
Wally,
much. I'm going
Wally,
to hell.
that's why I fucking love you, kid. That's why I love you. Right, okay. So anyway, we've got Chris, yeah. We've got Chris
Wally's going to
yeah.
hell. Wally's going to hell.
Speaking of which, have any of you watched Born Again, Daredevil Born Again?
Yes.
I heard it was good. I haven't seen it.
It is.
It's good so far. They've made some choices that I'm not happy with, but they're relatively minor things that I can kind of look past. And I mean, can we go spoilers? Anybody care?
I don't mind.
Really.
I don't mind.
Don't, because Disney's going to end up spoiling it in the end, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Probably. Well,
Chad,
okay.
Chad, do one of these, but for your ears.
They fucking like. I'm looking at the chat right now. Nobody said.
Let me
anything.
guess, they kill somebody major in the first 5 minutes just to hook people in.
Yeah,
Probably.
Oh, how the fuck did I know that?
Here's the thing. I'm not even talking about that because I unironically hated that character. He's the worst character in the first.
So it did
Daredevil
happen.
series on Netflix.
So that did happen.
Exactly.
Damon got it right.
Well, I thought the joke was we all already knew because they spoiled it on purpose.
No, I didn't. I didn't have a Scooby Doo until you just like.
I
it
apologize.
fly.
Anyway,
Why couldn't they have killed off She-Hulk? Just be like, oh, get yourself checked out. She died of AIDS.
And she got it from Daredevil, bro. She got it from Matt Murdock.
No, she's kissing
Definitely
Captain
gotta kill
Marvel, the woman version, and as they're kissing, boom, a meteor hits them both, and the movie starts. That'd be the best intro to a movie.
This is the funniest thing about. This is the funniest thing about Born Again so far. Okay, so that Echo TV series that Kingpin was a big part of, dog shit. Everybody hated it, but
Sure.
they have directly referenced.
Oh, is
it
that with
in-
the fat one-legged deaf illegal? Is that one?
What?
I don't know if she had one leg. I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Yeah, that's right. Either way, you're basically on the money, Damon.
Yeah, she hit every single ESG credit on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, they were
Anyways-
definitely on PIP, DWP, mobility, the lot, right? When they were doing that, right?
Well, here's the
Comes
thing.
out here on a mobility scooter.
So even though Echo was dog shit and everybody hated it, they still referenced it. They haven't even made a peep about She-Hulk. Like, so we know which one of those that Marvel's really ashamed of is that Matt's not like the closest thing you're gonna get to a reference to She-Hulk is you see his red and yellow costume from She-Hulk. But so far in the first 3 episodes, he hasn't even mentioned the She-Hulk. He hasn't mentioned being in California. The movie I can't remember, that show took place in California, I think.
Probably.
I don't know if it's true, but I heard somebody say that they're not going to be able to, or that they're actively trying to avoid making any mention of She-Hulk until the court case is finished.
Wait, what court case?
Is this a joke or something? She's a lawyer and stuff. So like,
Wait, in real life, there's a lawsuit or what? For
Yeah,
She-Hulk?
Tatiana Maslany and somebody else, I think, are suing Disney and Ryan Reynolds. Someone at Disney, Marvel, and Ryan Reynolds because they tried to say that like they were like forced out of the Deadpool movie and they shot a lot of scenes for it, the Deadpool Wolverine.
Uh-huh.
And it was supposed to be in a future director's cut. Kind of ironic since it's the actual director who didn't want She-Hulk in it and cut her out of it.
Wow.
Reynolds also didn't want her in it, and he threatened to
Yeah,
walk
yeah,
over
yeah.
it at one point. At one point,
He
he's
and the
like,
director were both threatening to walk, yeah.
like
Sounds
if you
like
give
Here's
her
my
in this movie,
practical
I will quit.
question about Deadpool and Wolverine. Why did Ghost Rider not get a reference in that movie, but all the other Fox properties did?
Oh,
That's
he
a good
should have.
point.
That would have been
Oh, yeah.
probably
Dude.
because like Nick Cage is like just not. I don't think he could have done it anymore. Like he's so like.
They didn't have enough cocaine for him to bring him back.
But here's the thing:
cocaine budget on
his
that one.
cameo would have made sense because
Yeah.
technically, like of all the Fox
Yeah.
property characters, Ghost Rider is the only character who should have been strong enough to be like you're dialing 911 because he can actually fuck up Cassandra.
But
That's
aren't
true.
we
That's
seeing him-
the
aren't we
thing.
seeing
He
him
could
in the
technically
new-
kill her. Let's be fair. We know he could have killed Thanos as well. Like, we know the penance there works on Thanos.
Yeah.
He feels shit. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
how could she have killed him? By nagging him to death.
You got my
She-Hulk
pronouns
was it.
wrong. Yeah.
And let's face
But,
it, Wolverine was never ever created as part of an X-Man, right? He just ended up getting morphed into it, right? Okay, if you actually look back at it.
Yeah, he's like
So-
a nomad, right? He like comes and goes.
He was
comes and
originally
goes.
a Hulk antagonist, not a villain, because he was never portrayed as like a bad guy. But his first appearance was in the Incredible Hulk. So
Yeah, as a
But the
villain. Yeah.
stupidest thing is like if they wanted to do like a really cool crossover and actually give some longer lasting kind of entertainment to Deadpool Wolverine, they should have done an alternate reality where Deadpool ends up killing Thanos. Because
That would've been
like
funny.
in the original story, like, you know, Deadpool's power originally was because he was in a relationship with Death, and Thanos wanted to wipe out half the universe to please Death. So there was like
Right.
a weird love triangle between the three of them.
Well, Lady Death, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lady Death. Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
Keep,
yeah.
my,
the
so,
keep
Marvel
like-
universe,
Keep
Death is
Mrs.
a
Brick
woman,
out of this fucking conversation, please.
Man,
Hey,
the,
so it
hor-
would've
the
been- it
horrible
would've been so
things a man
cool.
will do to the
That
universe
does
for a
sound
woman.
cool, Damon.
I wanted to see
Well, that's
like
his whole
Thanos
driving
walking
force,
in.
right?
But
Is
if
his
you see
love for Lady
Thanos
Death.
walking in on Deadpool fucking the shit out of Lady Death, and like
Bro.
just that would have owned Thanos worse than anyone else did. That would have been brilliant.
Anson changed his avatar picture to boobies,
Yeah.
and I like
He's
it.
cool.
No,
Kumi.
Anson.
Coomer is as Coomer does, man. This is the nerd zone. I got to put the object of the thing that none of us get there, right?
I thought he was just.
Oh, no.
showing,
I'm
Who
just
says nerds don't
gonna
get laid,
screenshot that.
Anson?
I'm just gonna
That's fake
screenshot that
news.
for a lonely night.
Fake news.
Oh,
Nerds
no.
do
Fake
pussy.
news.
Fake
Melanie
news.
Mac is gonna
Fake
kill us all in our sleep now.
Let's be fair. If nerds actually cared about tits, then Madam Web would have succeeded. But
that
Sidney
was
Sweeney
awesome
couldn't
movie.
save that shit.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest, why? Nerds don't give a shit. Half the guys that probably went to watch Madam Web have got bigger tits than she has. So
Heyo.
Hey, bro.
Also, like, look at all of the girl interests for the superheroes. It was always girl next door kind of vibe. It was
Yeah.
not some skank. It was always like a down to earth traditional woman. It wasn't like some nasty, disgusting.
Like She-Ra. Like She-Ra.
Shira?
She-Ra.
Okay,
Like when
okay,
remember
okay.
He-Man? Remember He-Man?
Yeah,
Okay.
Shira. Yeah.
Fair enough, point made.
Hey, Artie's not
Only
wrong.
like thin lines of like fur and shit.
That was a
Oh, wait, She-Ra, never
based
mind.
comparison of a man, right? Okay,
Yeah.
She-Ra. But now we've just gone. I mean, let's face it. For 1 week of the month, they're not going to be able to do anything, right? But sit and moan and bitch at the cast or the director. Okay, and even when they
isn't
get
it
past,
funny? Isn't it funny how we never had female heroes that were any stronger, any more independent, or any more genuinely three-dimensional as a character than before the days that these fucking morons came along and said, we need more female representation. We need girl bosses.
They're still not genuinely three-dimensional. That's why they suck. If they actually drew the female characters, their arc and their development properly, like they do the men, then they would make good characters. I don't give a fuck if they're female leads or whatever. They just have to be well developed. What they did to Star Wars, I will never forgive Disney for what they did to Star Wars by putting.
Listen, I'll fight you guys. Best female fucking hero from nerddom is fucking Ellen Ripley, bro. Hands
Yes,
down.
thank you.
Hands down. Sigourney
Yes,
Weaver, bro, from
I was
Alien.
gonna say no, you're wrong, and then I was gonna say Ripley, but you said Ripley, man.
Well, and here's the thing: not only
Game
that, but,
over, man. Game over.
Game over, man.
and in
And it
particular,
was
in
70s.
Aliens.
And it was 70s.
Well, here's the
But
thing.
if you think about it though, one thing that they did fuck up was to try and make her look better in the sequel where the stakes were a lot higher. They had to bring in a bunch of guys and make them fucking useless.
Yes,
They
I know.
did do that.
Yeah.
Well, kind
But
of.
then
The idea
they
is
kind
that
of
they
brought it
didn't know what
back in number 3, though, dude, where they showed how she's a woman and like she's trapped with all these men that can easily physically dominate her.
Yeah, but that was partly because of the male alien growing in her. No, sorry.
Well, no, it was
Just
also
wanted to be a bit.
She had internalized misogyny.
If we're going, if we're going with,
it was a queen anyway. So
No,
it doesn't
like
work.
I can push back on this. The Colonial Marines and Aliens 2 were kind of useless, but that was meant to show that like she knew how to deal with a xenomorph.
Yeah,
She'd
yeah.
already dealt with it. Whereas these guys were all like, woman, I don't need to listen to you. I'm just gonna walk dick first into this nest of xenomorphs, and then they all
Yeah.
get They should have listened.
They
Also, I
weren't
just wanna say-
unskilled. They were just
No.
their pride is
They were
what
over,
led
yeah.
to their fall, right? They were
But you
cocky
had
as
like
hell.
there's nothing wrong with like a super fucking strong, powerful, like OP as fuck chick, as long as you don't write her like that cliched Mary Sue character, right?
Black Widow
Like-
in Iron Man 2 is a great example.
Yeah,
of that.
yeah. You've got in
The
any
action sequence at the end of
franchises.
the film when she just
Yeah.
walks through the like when she walks through Hammer Industries, beats the shit out of all of his security guards. Nobody cared. Nobody was all like, "Look,
that's
girl
never
boss."
that's never going to happen in real
Yeah.
life, is it?
But
Yeah, but the thing is that what was cool was that number one, she relied on shit tons of gadgets, right?
Mhm.
Number two, there was actually good fight choreography.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
one of the things that whether you like it or not, if you look at the original series of Buffy, for the time, it had better fight choreography than any other TV series. So you could believe that this kind of like skinny as shit, tiny chick was actually kicking ass because number one, she was using a weapon. Number two, she actually did fight pretty well. Like the stuntmen, the stunt coordinators in that were good. You know, look at things like even Underworld, like Celine in Underworld.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
you-
good.
most
That was
people,
pretty good, dude. She was good.
yeah,
Mhm.
she
are
moved
bringing
like
my heart
lightning,
forward.
right?
Into
every
these other
red-blooded
examples,
man,
like-
every red-blooded man started having a little fucking crush on Kate Beckinsale after that shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did 100%.
Right. But look at all of that. Like there's directors like look at Luc Besson. Like you got Nikita, you've got fucking Fifth Element, you've got like all these tiny skinny chicks that are like kicking ass. But there's actual development to the character to explain how or why they can do it.
Well,
And
I mean,
up
and there's
until-
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm more fine with that as well.
Well,
Like,
they
give
all
them
had
some sort of
superpowers.
reason as to why they were not
Yeah, but
normal women.
the
They were, like,
superpower thing can work
changed.
out wrong, right? Like
No,
if
it
you look
can.
at the origin, like look at William Molston, right? He created Wonder Woman. Why? Why the fuck did he create Wonder Woman? Because he said that the problem with comics was all of the like blood curdling toxic masculinity. I mean, he didn't say toxic masculinity, but he said masculinity. He wanted to have something to fight masculinity in comics. And
Sounds like
she
a
was
simp.
garbage.
Sounds
yeah,
like a simp.
so when the original kind of idea behind her started failing, like and when she actually did start succeeding, I was like, think about it. I want to fight masculinity in comics. So who am I going to create? I want to create a strong female character. I'm going to stick her tits out to everyone, and she's going to be wearing practically nothing. Oh, look,
Yeah.
she succeeded. I wonder why.
And
Because
she's
of
got
fucking
a
masculinity.
dominatrix whip with her too, man.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It was nothing to do with her being a strong woman. It was to do with the titties on show.
exactly.
Well, strong
And-
women have titties.
And what happened when Wonder Woman
Don't be
2
a
failed?
titty hater. Eh?
They said it failed because of gatekeepers and all of the toxic men who don't like watching a strong female character. So why the fuck did the first one succeed? The first one did really well because
Yeah.
she was actually a cool character. She had depth to her. In number 2, she just became this fucking absolute feminist fucking wet dream, and nobody liked it.
Well,
Yeah,
hold
now
on.
look
Well,
about
also, it didn't help that the director was straight up saying that, like, I turned Maxwell Lord into a parody of Trump.
Trump,
people
exactly,
really
yeah,
freaked
yeah.
Out. Like, I'm not going to go watch a 2-hour feminist circle jerk where the main villain is Orange Man. Like, people were tired
Yeah.
of that shit.
Yeah, but you were saying earlier about how like they did Ripley wrong in Aliens, right? The second movie. I disagree. I think the reason that you see her being even more like realistic is because she was put in that mother role with Newt. Like the whole fact of that she had the little girl to look after in the movie made it even more believable why she was able to like access more of these like
No, I agree with that.
abilities, I guess.
Yeah.
Also,
There was that
Sigourney
moment
Weaver-
when she threw. Sorry, I was just going to say there's that moment when she throws herself in danger, where she dives into the water, like to try
Yeah.
to save me. Like there
So
was
good,
a lot
man.
of that. But if you look at her in the first film, she's a survivor, and if you look
Yeah.
at her in the second film, she's pretty much a predator. She's actually hunting the aliens in some parts. Like
Yeah.
so, like they really do flip that a lot.
So
Like,
let's
like-
go back and ask this question again, gentlemen, because we're all men on yeah, right? Okay, you know when you were younger, 5-6 years old, say for example, who was the strongest female character in your life?
Oh, in
My
like real life,
grandma.
not in films. Oh, okay, yeah.
It was
Yeah,
it was either
grandma
your mother,
and
your
mom, bro.
grandmother,
Grandma
right?
and mom.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
My
Right?
grandma
And
was the
again-
only person I saw beat the shit out of my dad. So if someone can beat the shit out of your dad, then
Yeah.
it's
Aren't
a
these
win.
My grand beat the
grandmas
shit out of
amazing,
me.
Damon?
But Demo, you know, if there was a burglar or an intruder that came into the house, right? Okay, Dad never nudged Mum and went, "Go on, it's your turn." Right, you go and deal with it.
Go on, it's your
Right,
turn.
okay. Like what Mum done is Mum woke up, right, because she knew her kid. Like it's like a screaming baby when they're newborn, right? The gentleman, the man doesn't wake up, right? Okay, the woman has an instinct. So when the women hear this, right, they go, "Bum," nudge the gentleman and go, "Right, go and fucking sort it out," right? Bum, and that's when the man steps up, but with the obviously the encouragement from the female. So I love how my mother and my grandmother years ago used to be able to walk into the room with 15, 20 siblings in there, right, and make them all shit their pants, right, and bow down to her with
Bro.
doing nothing but raising
Yeah.
her voice.
Bricky,
I want to.
I grew up in a community with Afrikaans white ladies, bro. They would live on a farm and have the one story was one of the farm workers came in with a knife on a Sunday, and she's like, "You busy cooking?" And she's like, "You know what? You just fucked up today, bro." Took the jaffle pan off the stove, spinned around, and fucking knocked him the fuck out.
Nice. Man.
So like they're
The
different
moment-
kind of breed, bro.
No,
They're
but
different
Can I
kind
just
of
say
breed.
the moment
Yeah, but
you
then
said
there's
white
ridiculous shit.
person, the
Like,
moment you said white person on a farm in South Africa, I was like, you've got to be a hard ass. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
dude, he came
The
in
whole
with a knife,
fucking
bro.
universe wants you dead. It's like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
I
was
mean,
just saying
yeah.
this to them before, Demo. I was literally just saying this to them before.
And my
Does
and my
any
grand
student give
my
We're
some
trying to
grand
raise
dick me.
we're now trying to raise 5 million for Chris to come to America on the gold card.
Bricky, listen. So, and my at like 17, I was like, "Gran, you want to fight?" Like joking, bro. She puts up a duke. She's like, "Let's go, pussy." I'm like, "Oh shit, bro." She just walks forwards, jabs me on the nose, and she had like rings and shit. She had like
Gran
proper
puts
rings.
her oven
Bro,
mitts
she
on and
jabs me
bashes
straight on
Chris
the
all
nose.
over.
I'm like, what
So
the
I
fuck, bro?
got a female related question. The best female anti-hero was Catwoman in Batman Returns.
yes.
Yeah,
Michelle
Yeah,
Pfeiffer.
I can agree with that.
She was great. She was great, but
Michelle
she also
Pfeiffer.
was
Michelle
very
Pfeiffer.
feminist. But yeah, very
No,
great. Like-
she was good.
I don't
Here's
care.
my
I'll let her be
question,
feminist.
like-
As long as she's wearing those clothes, she can be as feminist as
She
she wants.
can have whatever
Yeah,
flavor-
but we
know?
all knew Batman was simping. Batman was simping on Catwoman. He was scared. He didn't want to hit her back, right? Okay, but we all know if he did,
Yeah,
he'd
exactly.
fucking punch
He
her all
went
over.
You know that Christopher Walken died his happiest death in that film.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah,
it
man.
doesn't matter that he got burnt to a crisp.
So-
Like that's
Before we get off the family one, I got a quick one for you. So yeah, my grandma, right? She grew up in India, and my uncle had a cobra go under his chair, and she just grabs the cobra and whips it like this and throws it away.
What the fuck?
So like, yeah, and she would always go fisticuffs with my grandfather, and like here you get a little bit of a secret here with Barney. I was in Cuba with her, and I had to share a bed with her. I'm like, just so you know, like I can like like cuddle in my sleep or something stupid. Very embarrassing stuff, right? And she didn't understand that's what I meant. And she's like, "Oh, that's okay. Tony would always be like kicking me and stuff like that. I just kick him off the bed." Like it's just like, oh god. So there
So-
you go. More than you
A
ever need to
cobra,
know
what the
about
fuck?
party, guys.
Dude.
Funny, did that cobra end up in a pot with some onions and
Oh,
fucking
that would have been
sage?
delicious, eh? Nah,
Yeah.
just
No.
whipped it.
But for I'll also no. But I will also say, dude, I don't know. I think it's something in the water here, bro. Because Gran survived cancer and had a full-on home invasion where she
Oh,
saved herself and my grandfather with like
Damn.
3 or 4 guys that had them tied up. Different kind of breed, bro.
Dude, grandmothers are something else. Have you guys seen the trailer to the new the T1000 trailer for Mortal Kombat 1?
it
No,
doesn't
no.
look
Oh,
like
dude,
Robert Patrick. It
Because
doesn't look like Robert Patrick. I'm sorry. It's
Well,
really cool. The moves and everything.
yeah.
they do
Yeah.
look cool, but it's funny because they have the grandma as his as the accompanied character, Madame Bo. Madame
yeah.
Bo's Madame Bo's specialty attack, like the main one when she does a specialty, is getting her chancla and beating the character with them. Is the chancla, dude? I was like, what the fuck is this shit? That's total grandma shit, dude. If you ever got beat
It's like
with a chancla.
Mrs. Doubtfire was literally, genuinely my nana. Like she was
the only
Your dad
tranny
was a
that's
man?
acceptable to watch.
Yeah.
His grandmother was trans. Yeah.
well, I didn't know she was trans then, but I mean, like I do now.
After she was bouncing you on her lap, she realized.
She made a fucking hell of a Sunday lunch.
Like that sweet grandma bacon pies kind of thing, right?
Oh no, Forney, she wasn't. There's no, mate. I'm not kidding you. Look at Forney. All joking aside, but my grandmother, both of them are dead now, right? Okay, but what I mean is me grandmother that I was more closest to. She, right, when I went to see her in hospital when she was dying, right? Okay, my mom has 3 brothers, so she had 4 children, 1 girl, my mother, and 3 boys. Now every one of them boys. Well, like, hey, can you go see me, man? My mother was like, she had to hold it together. Go and see me, mum, me nana, every single day, right? And just put up with the whole torment and shit like that, right? I went to see me nana, right? And my mum went to this. She went, Christopher, son, she will not be happy that the fact she hasn't had her hair dyed, right? And you can see her, right? So I'm going to warn you now that she won't be happy seeing you, right? She couldn't speak. She looked at us and I could see the anger in her eyes, but the love in me mum. At the end of all this, right, me mum, being the only woman, had to sort all the funeral arrangements out, all of the getting rid of the whole householder stuff and moving it on and shit like that, while all them 3 boys just melted like fucking rich tea biscuits in a cup of tea, right? You know, it was a strong woman, which ended up being my mother, that dealt with a strong woman, which was me grandmother, while all them 3 snowflakes sat there, right, and whinged and moaned and bitched on. And I mean, let's face it, taxes and death, 2 of the most certain things that's going to happen. I say just relish them. It's going to happen.
Yeah, but your grandma would have been alive during the war, man. And that war fucking toughened everyone up.
Yes, Rome is correct. And he didn't get the role because Schwarzenegger bitched to high heaven that Wallace was
I'm going to say
taller
this
than
now.
him.
You know, my other nana, right? Me dad's mom. She was German. She was German. So she told me stories about when she was a little girl and had to go out into the front street and watch Hitler parade through the streets of Germany and shit like that. And I mean,
I did not know that.
Ricky, not this topic.
Sorry.
Back to nerd shit. T1000. Let's
So
go.
Check this out. Hold on.
Like, two things.
whoa.
One, Anson, you got to stop with the boobies because you're triggering Cat. And
She's just jealous.
Jake, you gotta watch Anson. It looks like
She's
it's
jealous
your
because she's got any
boobies.
boobies.
No,
she's like
It looks like it's your boobs, Jake.
It's got vinegar.
You're right, bro. Hold on. Let me move me in the middle. Now it's your tits, bro.
Oh, damn it, bro.
and then the second
we've got the biggest tit on YouTube in the top left.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Chris.
Jake, I put some in the back. I put some in the back.
Yo.
I just wanted to say your earlier thing that you were talking about when you mentioned Madame Bo, right?
Uh-huh.
At first, I didn't realize it was Madame Bo. And when I saw the cigarette in the mouth, I was like, they should have put the old lady out of Kung Fu Hustle in it as a character.
Dude, that lady is the most badass, bro.
Oh, that move
Yeah,
where
I
she
love
just
that old
inhales the
lady.
entire cigarette and just
Yeah.
screams
Bro,
and
yeah, when
kills
she
all
does
those
the-
skeletons.
Yeah, no shit.
That was,
Doesn't she
that
know?
was so fucking cool.
That does sound like Cat a bit, like.
The entire reason why I was like, I need you to show this picture is because like this was actually from Alien, the first one.
Yeah.
Like Sigourney Weaver was so hot. Holy shit! Like she's never played anything this sexy
Is she
ever again.
I
She's
didn't like
ugly
her
as
face
fuck.
though, dude.
She's
The only thing
ugly
is I
as
didn't like
Not
her
that
face.
hot, bro.
She's got a man's jaw.
Oh,
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
I was
fuck
never that
off.
attracted to her, bro. Like her face
Yeah,
isn't
no.
really.
But that you have to admit that scene. Like,
Yeah, no, that's good
You've
scene.
I don't think
It's
you're
her best
objective. I don't
one.
give a shit what she's wearing or not wearing.
It's her best one, but it's still not great.
It's like Jamie Lee Curtis, one of the hottest bodies ever, but the face, what the fuck? Like,
Oh yeah,
it's
the
just
fucking
unfortunate.
was it like
Kylie
Minogue?
Kylie Minogue kind of as
Kylie
well,
Minogue's
but I wouldn't really rate the body on her either.
But Kylie Minogue's cute.
Gwen Stefani.
Like, I don't think.
If we're talking
so
hot
Chris,
Australian
Kylie Minogue was very cute in the early '90s when she played Cammy in Street Fighter, and she had her hair in the twin braids.
Dude, I remember
Yeah.
Kylie Minogue being cute as hell from Biodome, bro. She was in Biodome with Polly Shaw.
Cammy.
My head. That one.
If we're gonna talk hot Australian
I don't know,
singers,
Chris.
though,
Maybe
Natalie
women with
Imbruglia-
accents just
Natalie
do it
Imbruglia
for me.
took it.
Natalie Imbruglia was really hot.
Oh,
But no,
dude,
the,
yeah.
The jawline doesn't bother me. Like, I don't mind sharp features on a woman's face. It doesn't bother me at all.
Or with Adam's apple. You
like,
don't
I
mind an
think-
Adam's apple.
Hold on. What other movie did this chick come out in?
What?
Sigourney.
Sigourney Weaver?
Yeah, didn't she come out in? Wasn't she the main character in Myers?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
was. She played
Yeah,
David
she
Harris.
was
There
the
you go. It's
gatekeeper.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
the gatekeeper, man.
Yeah, that's right. I was trying to remember what other fucking movie she came out in. It was Ghostbusters.
Wasn't the new Ghostbusters, was it? Like the new Barbie?
Oh,
No.
No, it was the original, 1984.
Yeah,
I almost
1984
said
Ghostbusters.
fucking
And
Alan
the
Seymour. That was
sequel,
Jamie Lee
Ghostbusters.
Curtis's ugly ass.
No, hold on.
Yeah,
Jamie Lee Curtis, like the striptease and True Lies. If you didn't think she was hot there, you're gay.
Trading
You're
Places,
into
where she
that.
got her
bro.
tits out.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
No, no, no,
Don't-
okay.
We're there. If we don't think she's hot, we're gay. I mean, I've had a wife for 22 years and 4 children. Right? Never strayed until I seen Wally. Right? On
That
screen.
doesn't mean you're not gay, though, bro. I wanted to
Yeah,
say,
'cause,
that's,
have you ever heard
not
of the
evidence you're not
1950s?
gay.
There were a bunch
bro.
of gay men that had children.
Yep.
But listen, I never gave in to my urges. Okay, so
But no, seriously, well, yes, obviously Trading Places where she actually went topless, like that was hot, and she was also like super young. She was only like 20 something, so like fair enough. But like, I'd say the
fuck, you
hottest.
said 20 something when you said super young there. Fucking hell.
I'd
Honestly.
say
You was
the, like,
stressing.
okay, my bad, but I'd say the hottest that Jamie Lee Curtis ever was probably the striptease scene in True Lies.
That's like,
Like-
why it's saying it's wrong when you talk about what's her name, fucking Hermione from the first Harry Potter. You're like, whoa, bro, you need to watch
Yeah.
yourself.
Oh, by the way, Rome said that Sigourney Weaver was pretty in Galaxy Quest. She was pretty in Galaxy Quest, and Galaxy Quest was a better Star Trek film than Star Trek.
Yeah, Galaxy Quest was good. Tim Allen, bro.
great.
Like,
Galaxy
that was
Quest
a
was
great
awesome.
movie. Yeah.
Oh, so Chris, put your dick away, Chris.
And fucking Alan Rickman.
Which
I
one?
mean, he
Oh,
always
yeah,
been my favorite
Which
character in every
one?
movie
It's
he
like,
did.
if you
Oh,
notice,
no, bro,
when we
no,
talk about,
Anson,
like all
fuck's
the
sakes.
grandma rules.
Speaking of
and
some
mom rules-
classic, nerdy women-related shit, why is it so hard for them to get something done with Witchblade nowadays? Like you'd think people
Oh, I
would
remember
actually
Witchblade,
get into
yeah.
that shit today.
Because it
There was
wasn't
there was a lot of issues over that comic and the properties.
Dude, that one was
rights
really
to it.
perverted, bro. Witchblade was pretty
But
provocative.
don't
Yeah,
forget,
that was
don't
quite
forget, it
heavy.
also got destroyed. Any hopes of it becoming a movie got destroyed when they made that fucking god awful TV
Yeah,
adaptation
the
of it.
Oh,
TNT show. I remember them promoting that during wrestling back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. That one, Birds of Prey.
like okay, it was like a big enough like I can't what was it Dark Horse Comics? But,
Dark
like,
Horse,
yeah.
It was never this like Witchblade was never gonna. It was not like some huge something like anytime they've ever taken like one of these like B or C tier comic books and turned it into a movie, it always flops. Spawn flopped, and Spawn was the biggest of them. Spawn flopped.
Spawn was
Did Spawn
awesome.
wait, hold on. Did that movie flop in the box
Spawn
office?
was a
That flop.
flop.
Yeah, that
The
flop.
live action
awesome.
Michael J. White movie was a flop, but like
Yeah,
at the
but
time,
it wasn't very
Hellboy-
good, especially
No,
when
it
it had
wasn't.
to live up to the anime, which is
No.
amazing. Like,
No,
Oh, the anime was amazing.
Hellboy made
Dude,
just
yeah.
enough money to get the sequel, and then the sequel flopped. Now I like
Yeah.
the Golden Army. I thought the Golden Army was really good, but
Yeah.
not a lot of people did because not a lot of people went and saw it.
I
the
like
Del
thing is-
Toro's
the
Del
thing is,
Toro
I
was
like the
supposed to
plot for
complete
the
that.
part 3 that they never got to make, where the villain was supposed to be an angel who had been captured during World War II and re-educated into
Oh,
a
yeah.
skinhead.
Yeah, and Rasputin was supposed to come back too.
Yeah, and Cronin.
Okay.
And I loved Cronin
Yeah.
in the first
Cronin
movie.
was the best part of the first movie. He was
Yes.
great.
The plot for the third one was, you know how Del Toro likes to kind of test out his ideas in other people's projects before he does his own thing.
Yeah.
So the plot for the third one was actually the original idea for The Strain. Because in The Strain, like, if you remember, the vampire disease was from an angel that was kind of cut up and his corpse was buried in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And the worms that feasted on his, I think it's his throat, like, became those vampire worms. It was some crazy shit.
Blade 2, the same thing. Like it hit the
The jaw that opens up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the super.
I love
the
the Strain because, unlike The Walking Dead, none of the main characters in The Strain ever became inexplicably retarded. In a
And also, The Strain has probably got the best evil Nazi next to the one from Inglourious Bastards, the Jew Hunter.
He was so good.
I also love that one of the original villain characters in The Strain was the Hunter, Hunter and the dad from Jumanji.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like the businessman in the beginning parts of the series. That was Van
Who wants
Pelt.
to become immortal?
That was Van Pelt / the dad.
Seriously, the first thing I remember that guy ever being in was not Jumanji. I remember him playing the butler in the Macaulay Culkin Richie Rich movie.
You're right. Master Rich.
Yeah.
Master Rich.
And also the Van Helsing character who was in Harry Potter.
I wanted to say
fucking
now,
awesome.
what actually ties into the story is, you guys know from the Van Helsing movie, the law in there, I can't remember the character, but he speaks to Dracula and he says the Van Helsing is actually the left hand of God, and they kind of just glance over it, which it actually means he's Gabriel and he was stuck on Earth and lost his memory. So Van Helsing is actually Gabriel that lost his memory and is still on Earth. Like,
Dracula
wandering.
calls him Gabriel a bunch of times in the movie.
Yeah, he calls him Gabriel. So he's actually Gabriel Van Helsing. So another like angel tie-in with the vampire.
Okay, with the
Big up Jess White Love with a fucking membership showing a strong woman's fucking intentions.
There we go.
Thanks, Jess.
Jess White starting the Dono train tonight.
Also, hold on. There's 21 people watching, but there's only 20 likes. So somebody in the chat is being a dick.
Somebody's being stingy.
Stingy. Let's show it, bro. Let's show some love.
Come on.
It's Anson with his tiny penis.
Watch,
pictures.
it's Jake that didn't like his own video.
It might be me, actually, bro.
Give me somebody with bulge, Anson. That guy has no bulge, bro. Give me a little bit of bulge.
Oh, we got the perpetrator. We got the perpetrator.
Michelle Obama up there.
It's fucking cheeks, bro. It's cheeks. Anson, I don't want action man bulge, bro. Come on, bro.
I'll put my beaten cheeks picture up for you.
So, anyways,
please.
Most part, the same like kind of people that we respect in life that line up with, like I said, with the Ripley and Aliens is this mother role kind of thing, right? So when women are being women, that's when we like them. They can be like badasses. It's just in that woman way kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're talking about. So Tony, if we're talking about like based nerdy grandmas, Grandma Wicked was built different from everybody else.
Grandma Wicked.
Oh, God, so my grandma
I loved her.
was
Wicked. Nana Wicked.
Beaten cheeks.
So, Nana Wicked was built different. That we're talking a woman who in her 70s was purposely watching and enjoying ECW wrestling.
Nice.
So in the early 2000s, two of my grandmother's favorite wrestlers became the Dudleys.
Dude,
the highlight of her week every week was seeing what woman was going to be put through a table by the Dudleys so that she could laugh at the girl getting put through the table.
Fucking May, bro.
Fucking Mae Young.
Mae Young, dude. That was Mae Young. Dude, by the way, Wally, I love that your grandmothers loved wrestling because my grandmother on my mom's side was a huge wrestling fan, dude. She hated Ric Flair. Hated him with a passion because he would cheat all the time. She hated it.
Dude,
My
I still
grandma didn't like
I
that
still
I
have
watched
the
wrestling.
WCW shirt I bought my grandmother when I was 12 years old when I went to the Boston Garden for the first Nitro in Boston
Really?
back in
Fuck
like
yeah.
'97.
You went to
Like the
yeah,
NWO was hot when the NWO angle was hot. Like the Sting Hogan match hadn't happened yet.
Yeah.
So like that summer, like WCW was on fire that year.
Yeah, it was. By the way, 10 gifted memberships from Jess White. Thank you so much, Jess. I really appreciate that, the love that she's showing right now. Thank you very much. And of course, thank you for all the panelists to give out this content for me, man. I appreciate all you guys.
How did we
but-
have
having us,
Hanson
dude.
swap with Beaton that easy?
I just
Sorry,
want to say,
I mean-
Beaten Cheeks. We have 2 British N words. They're both at the bottom.
That's
We have
true.
2 today.
Ew.
And you're giving it the big licks because you're in the top left, you little dickhead. You. I can crawl up 2 places and get you, know.
So,
Listen.
Farney, I keep a collection of
Brick
various
couldn't
streamers'
sound more
icons.
white if he
Oh,
tried.
okay, it is still Hanson. All right.
Yeah.
Trip me out, man. Because I thought I saw Beaton's in the chat too.
He's in the
I'm
chat.
Like,
Yeah.
what?
Hold on.
Bricky, you need to first take whoever's balls you got in your mouth out so we can understand your fucking English. Bruv.
Take it out, bro.
I don't speak English, Chris. You know that.
You a fucking scouser.
It's still English.
Man, we still gotta do that masculinity in anime though sometime, Jake, man. That's why
Yeah,
I thought
for
Oh
sure.
wow, that's going to be a quick conversation.
That's
Fuck
Dude, well,
What?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
'Cause, dude,
There's some good ones.
That's a big
you
one,
know
bro,
who I-
because I had that same stream with Nuke. Nuke, he's a red pill guy. He's the one that's dating Pearl Davis. I had a show with him, and we talked about anime and masculinity, how it entwines. We did a whole fucking stream
Yeah.
about that, dude. That's a big one, actually.
Nice.
When you
What
say
was,
that,
what
the
was his
first
take?
character,
What was his take?
Dude, well, Nuke, he's an old school guy, bro. He talked about like Toonami, Roly Kenshin, right? Remember that anime from Dragon Ball Z? We talked about
Yeah.
the Vegeta saga arc, how Vegeta
Nice.
was always in second place. And we
He was
related
the best
to
character.
the RPs. Yeah, the best character, bro.
Okay, so wait, what do you think was Vegeta's most hardcore moment
The moment that he sacrificed his life
against Boo?
against Boo, yes.
Yeah.
Dude,
Awesome.
I literally I
Margin,
cried,
awesome.
bro. I cried for that.
Yeah.
Dude, that was fucking insane.
that was the
Yeah.
best
fucking insane.
Vegeta, dude.
And also,
That was the best Vegeta.
do you remember when
That's
he
the
wanted to
best
enter the
Vegeta.
world tournament and he went up against the punching machine and he's just like,
Yes.
stand aside. Just
Yeah.
punches
Destroyed
it
it.
through.
Yeah, dude, he just punches it. They're like, what the fuck?
That's fucking insane.
Because all of them, like Android 18 was just like, she just flicked it and she scored like a really high score. And
Yeah.
they're like, maybe
they
this is
all did.
broken.
Krillin,
Yeah, they all
I'm
did.
going to throw a
They all
curve
did
in
that.
here, and I'm going to say
you
my
just-
favorite Vegeta moment was actually the first time he went Super Saiyan and ripped the clown droid's hands off.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Android
Like-
19.
Didn't just fuck him up, like start slowly dismembering the dude.
And then takes
but
him
he
out
was
with a big bang.
sadistic bastard.
Well, because
best
at the
thing-
time, like I played the video games, and the video games, when we get them in the U.S., were always out of sync and ahead of where the show was in the U.S. So it's like
yeah.
I knew from playing Budokai, like, okay, Vegeta's going to turn Super Saiyan at some point. I just don't know when it's fucking happening. And then that's seeing that after Clown Droid fucked up Goku. I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Well, yeah, maybe we should save that for like a full anime episode. I
Yeah,
don't know,
let's
man.
let's
Yeah.
let's just
Yeah.
first have a broad brush chat tonight, and then I think Jake, we do like in
part
deep
two.
dives.
But if you're
Yeah,
gonna talk masculine anime, you got to go further back, dude. You got to go like, yeah, you got fucking Violence Jack. You got shit like,
Fist of the
Bro.
North Star.
Berserk.
Fist of North
Did
Star.
you never
Yeah.
see
But dude, Dragon
Dororo
Ball is older than all of
2019,
that.
man?
Wait,
No,
which one?
Dragon Ball started before all of that, but like
Yeah.
it was never never
yeah,
like on,
was
on
more
the
of a-
likes of Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, and at the same
I-
time, when Dragon Ball
Fist of the
started,
North
Goku
Star
was like 10
legend.
years old, and
Yeah.
it was a lot more
Yeah.
of a it was a lot more of a comedy martial arts manga. It didn't
Yeah,
really.
but where
get
does
serious
masculinity start, right? How do we get this character
Exactly.
of Goku? It's from the training
With
of
the
Master
testicles.
Roshi.
But
and his
again,
whole
if
journey.
you're gonna talk about strong female leads in anime, like fucking Alita. Like how many
Yeah,
years did we
Alita.
have to wait for that fucking film? And most people didn't even know that there was a fucking manga movie about it.
Yeah.
No, love
That was a big
shit.
one, right? That was a big one that Damon has talked a lot. Actually, I haven't even seen the movie yet, bro. I heard
Alita
you told me
is
it's
so
really good.
Battle
Yeah,
Leader
I would
heard-
say watch the movie, watch the original animated movie before this one. And unfortunately, we're not going to get a sequel. We'll get a sequel. It's not going to be good because Disney acquired it. So
shit.
Fucking Disney.
Yeah,
just
fucking
buys
Disney,
It's going to be
bro.
woke as fuck, then, isn't
Why are
it?
they buying everything,
You-
bro? Fuck.
You know, speaking of
I know.
female anime characters, one of my favorites, unironically, is Misa from Death Note, just because that girl
Yeah.
sends feminism back into
yeah.
the 1900s just by existing.
For reals, bro. Like she was so in love with light.
Yes, I
yeah,
love that
dude.
character.
I loved
She is
it.
such a hardcore, like
She was loyal.
like devoted
Yeah,
to him.
she
I'm
was
like,
amazing.
April
every
from the
feminist
every
in
man
Death
from the
Note
Teenage
because of
Mutant
her.
Ninja
It's rare.
Yeah.
Dude, and
April
light-
from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, my best
Well,
one.
She's like, I'll kill
Yeah.
for you.
Dude,
Why do you
light
think
and
it's
light
so
didn't give a
funny?
shit.
Why do you think the Netflix
She was
movie made
amazing.
Misa
Yeah.
into such a different character? Like American audiences, like people who didn't know Death Note already, would have never accepted Misa being like that in a live action movie.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, yeah, because like,
you've got
well,
Rick mentioned Turtles. Like, was that
Yeah, he
April?
mentioned
that you mentioned?
April.
April from
April
In the
O'Neil.
recent
Ninja
in the
Turtles.
recent film, they turned her into a fat black lesbian who's retarded.
lesbian.
Yeah, I wanted to say
dude.
Disney,
Yeah,
dude.
dude, that was so
Disney.
horrible.
Chucked
Put a
into
chicken
retarded.
and make her
Just
live
ruined
in
that.
hay.
Dude, buy everything, make it black or
Demo,
gay.
demo.
Make it black or gay.
But
Says one
Damon,
of the best. Says
Damon,
My favorite anime girl character is actually a more recent from I think about 2012 or 2013. It was High School of the Dead, and there's this character in it named Saiko Busujima, and she's the captain of the kendo team, and she's really badass with a sword. And of course, like, you know, it's modern day Japan, but she's just murking all these zombies with a sword. And then you find out later on that she's like, even though she's like really gorgeous, she's like super self-conscious because she's tall. And also because she's such like a freak athlete, she thinks guys don't like her because she's not feminine enough.
I thought you were going to say she has a penis.
No, she's actually a chick.
You talking about
Oh,
Kate and
okay.
Clark, yeah?
Why? I think Damon was thinking about Ranma.
Heyo.
Perhaps.
Well, dude, there's Futa shit in so much stuff nowadays that you never
No,
fucking
no,
know.
but no, like the Saito brothers that wrote the manga for High School of the Dead. No, it's like there's none of that shit in this. It's like
Bro,
no,
do you
it's
know-
Saiko Busujima was a chick and she's gorgeous, but she's and a badass with a sword and the most mature. Like, remember the
Oh,
group? and, like,
was she in Street Fighter? Was she that Chinese chick in Street Fighter?
no.
Which one?
You're thinking of Chun Li.
Yeah, no.
The Chinese
y'all
chick
are-
is Street Fighter.
No, dude.
Ricky
no.
just thinks all Asians look the same, man.
No, but
Yeah.
you know,
They do.
like anime. Another good mention for me, I would say, is Rukia Kushiki from Bleach. That trains what's his fucking name? Blanking now.
Blanking.
Oh man, the main character, fucking.
Did you just say you're wanking now?
The blonde one.
Oh, he's
No,
pretty
no, the
bad.
little
Ichigo.
Ichigo, but
Ichigo.
Rukia, the little chick with the black hair, her brother's also another.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way,
She was
guys,
legit.
like I've always been into anime. As a kid, I actually did know how to draw. Like before I started YouTube, I'm a musician, and I did do some drawings. I did draw Ryuk from Death Note a while back.
Holy shit!
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
That's actually my drawing right there, back in the day.
Holy
You guys
shit!
got all this nerd shit all like ready to go.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Like,
Yeah.
Did you draw that
dude.
Goku behind you?
Yeah, I also drew the Goku behind me too. Yeah.
Right next to
dude.
that sweet ass Ivan
Yes.
SRG.
Yes, and the Donald Trump portrait. Yeah. Look, see, we got this one
nice,
too. This is Bricky. Damn, Bricky, you can draw too, bro.
Nice.
That is a hell
That's
of an
sweet,
octopus.
Yeah, that's the Kraken. That's sweet, bro.
That or inspired
That-
by Cthulhu, man.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, as a kid, I knew how to draw. I just didn't. When I was a kid, bro, I wanted to be a comic book drawer. Like, I wanted to be
Oh,
a comic
nice,
book artist.
bro.
And then I wanted to be a skateboarder because I started skateboarding. And then eventually I fell on the guitar and I stayed there. And so I drew that a few years back. So I hadn't drawn in like 15 years. Drew that, and
I
that's
think
how that came out.
everybody wanted to be a comic book artist growing
Yeah.
up, man. Anyone who remotely loved comics. I
Yeah.
still do
Yeah.
art, like I do some commission shit, but like I always wanted to do comic book art until like if you go out there like advertising that you can do pages, when you see
Yeah.
how little you get paid, you're like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
And
man.
something like 0.02% of people actually end up making a profitable living from it.
Yeah.
And it's fucking crazy, especially when you
Holy
see
shit.
how.
Yeah, Chris is an artist.
Yeah,
Nice.
Chris, you look like you can draw, bro. Like you look like an artist, bro.
I got the opposite
Yeah.
problem. I can write, but I can't fucking draw.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
I wanted to be a comic book writer.
Like, I could write comics, but I need a fucking artist.
Yeah, but
Well,
also
that's
Chris,
deep.
Chris is he's a
Sorry.
Chris. Don't you do for Hollywood? What is that? The
I do special effects.
all the special effects. Yeah, so
Yeah,
it makes
but
sense that
like makeup and prosthetics.
that would make sense why Chris would be really good at drawing. It takes all that. Yeah, it's in that niche. So I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking.
Yeah, so Chris, if you're that good at makeup, right, why do you look this bad on camera?
There you go.
Farney's got one right here.
I can't put makeup on.
Farney, that's-
Farney's drew the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah, it's an angel. It's an anime angel.
Farney.
Hey.
Farney, there's
Under
like
the
barely,
sea,
there's
under
barely
the
any
sea.
detail on that one, bro.
All right, I'll
there's
get
enough
it.
detail.
All right,
No,
now,
no,
This
they-
isn't fair because somebody freaking drew in pen on the boobs, so I had to change the boobs. But there you go. There's more of like.
Farney, this is the
Farney.
place to start moaning about fairness. Right, okay.
Farney, those tits
Yeah.
are really off, I feel.
I know,
just-
man.
I just
they
wanna
drew
see
a
somebody-
nipple, like you know how there'd be douchebags that walk by and see your
Yeah.
artwork, and then they just draw a stupid nipple, and it's like, wow, thanks, man. You just like.
Yeah, those tits are definitely fake because they both sit at the same
Yeah.
level, and one of them should definitely hang lower than the other one just for natural.
Fair,
reasons.
fair. Lopsidedness
I
is a
feel
real
like those
issue.
pictures.
It needs
I
more.
feel like those pictures aren't supposed to be black and white. Farney just doesn't want us to see the stains.
Oh, yo, that angel one. My buddy said, like, dude, can I borrow that? I'm like, no, man. Yeah, he was serious, dude. It was my Icelandic friend growing up.
No
man.
way.
Oh, he
bro.
was
You
so
just get a
turned off
soggy
by it. I'm
sheet
like,
back.
dude, please, enough, man. Like,
I'm just
Oh,
wondering how
man.
this conversation went with Farney and his Icelandic friend. Like, can I please borrow
You know,
your pen, your
Anson,
picture?
pull up your pants.
Oh,
bro.
that
I
Icelandic
used
guy
to
sounds
just.
very
I remember when I used to just call Farney the Farnicator because it was a pun, but now he's living it clearly.
Anson, pull up your fucking pants, boy.
Yeah, I'll take care of that.
There you go. Better.
Anson, wait there. I haven't finished yet. Don't pull your pants up yet.
Oh my
Ricky
God.
doesn't want to get his mouth caught in the zipper.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. dude.
Oh, listen, anybody ever got anything caught in a zipper? The painful fucking thing is when you realize you have to go up before you go down. Right? Okay. That's,
Isn't that what happened in Something About Mary?
Yeah.
Oh,
But he
Frank's
got a
amazing.
fucking ball in
no,
there.
never mention
How did he
that
get the
scene,
nut
man.
in there, bro?
That's such a painful scene.
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. When it happened to me, right? Okay.
Did you grab your foreskin?
No, my parents just said I was Jewish, right? So this was a this was they made this, painted this out to me as what would be now called a circumcision. Right,
Oh my God, dude. Is this guy really saying this shit?
Dude, there was a dude at a house party that I was at who literally went right over it. Like he pulled the zip to the fucking top.
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Christ.
My brother did that a couple of times growing up.
Like so, no, we couldn't believe it. Like you know you never want to look. If you're a straight dude, you never want to
No.
look at another dude's dick. But at the same
Yeah.
time, this is like
No,
the
you
mother
wanna
of
see
all
that,
car
though.
crashes.
You want to
Yeah,
see that? If
exactly.
you got the zipper to the top, I want to see,
Yeah.
bro. That's the
Well,
one.
yeah,
time
I would
I'll be
do it.
like,
I,
okay,
you
show
don't know
me.
whether or not you want to
What
like
happened?
congratulate the guy or cry.
Timo,
for it.
I'm gonna
Like,
I'm
you're
gonna
like,
hold your hand through the process while you swipe up before it goes back down. Right? Just as a
You know-
fellow man, right? I'm gonna praise you for going through this, but yes, no man ever wants to do that.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't me. It was a friend of mine. It was a friend of mine.
Yeah, of
But
course it wasn't.
the
Of course it wasn't you. It was a friend.
No, it's always a friend.
It was a friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
A friend that one time at band camp, bro.
If it was me, I'd proudly admit it, because the solution that this guy had was fucking genius, right? He ran to the bar, like behind the bar at the kitchen. There was like scissors, right? And he literally cut the entire front end of his trousers off. And he cut through the zipper at the bottom so that he could pull the zipper apart so he wouldn't have to go over it twice.
That's clever.
That was genius. But I tell you what,
that was fucking genius.
I've never seen so much blood from a wound, and I work in a fucking hospital. I have never seen so much blood from a wound.
Shit.
Damien, bro. That's rough, dude.
I can't, man.
So that never happened to me. I never ever got my dick on the zipper. Never happened.
Yeah, same, bro. It's never happened to me. I only saw it in a movie.
My
and I was really cautious
My
afterwards.
country already has enough hate
Bro, but
towards
something
us.
about
We don't
Mary,
need all this like zipper propaganda shit, guys.
Dude, did you guys?
My ex-girlfriend caught a lip in a zipper, and she's asking me to help, and I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Lick it? How the fuck am I going to help? I don't want you to associate me with that pain.
When I was
my ex-girlfriend caught the clap, but it wasn't from me. So I didn't help her.
You done cheats, you bastard.
Yeah, when I was a kid,
He's gonna go cause another international incident. Is what he's gonna fucking do.
He's gonna go find himself a big titty Costa Rican girl and
he's gonna impregnate her.
Drinks out of fruit.
Yeah, he's gonna impregnate that bitch too.
Use fruit as a glass and sit on a beach and get drunk.
When I was a kid, there was this girl that was really into me, so she's like, hey, Farney, let me help you with your jacket. So she went and zipped it up and caught my neck in the zipper.
The skin?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's not that. That's not that bad. For fuck's sake, come on.
So like they had to like fiddle with it for 5 to like 8 minutes, dude. I couldn't.
Bro,
like,
but that's not like, bro,
with your testicles aren't hanging in the fucking.
No, I hear you, man. I get it. I'd rather the neck over the
bro, but that's the one thing about something about Mary. They took it to like, dude, he had a nut. If you check that scene again, he had like a piece of skin and a nut hanging out the zipper, bro.
It was so hilarious, dude.
Beating cheeks is saying bye-bye to everyone. If we could all just take the time out of our day to
see your cheeks. And cheeks. Yeah. Show me your first Venom as well, dude, man. I want to see that. I had a McFarlane alternate cover as well.
Oh, nice.
I have a McFarlane Viking Age Spawn there at the back that's still closed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I think
I wanted to say this.
I'm not sure, but I think my Warcraft figures were McFarlane's.
Yeah, because I wanted to say this, right? Because you guys, when you were speaking about Spawn, right? So he sold the rights to the movie for Spawn for like $1 when he did that, right? He just wanted to get the movie made. But what he was clever about was he kept the rights to all of the merchandise. And that's why there was never really another one made.
Oh yeah, he made a fortune on the merchandising outside of the books easily.
Yeah, but
I mean McFarlane in the '90s was about as bad as Games Workshop with how much he was hoarding out the Spawn IP.
Don't forget though, he's one of the most savage, business-minded people. If you look at, you remember when he was writing for DC? I think it was Animal Man.
Yeah,
and then he got the job to do, I think it was Hulk, and that's when Hulk first became, when he moved over to Marvel. He drew Hulk like a monster. He was the first guy to ever do that.
Yeah, less of the Frankenstein kind of look of the original.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
But he looked like this animalistic monster when he was doing Hulk.
Hey,
and
by the way,
what was that?
I was gonna say, I got a question.
Yeah, he did Venom. I mean, we have Venom because of him. Yeah,
so
Venom
this is something I kind of love about his endless beef with Marvel, is that McFarlane has always made, like, he's presented it sometimes like he's the sole creator of Venom. He didn't do any of the writing; he just created the design. But McFarlane
isn't that more important?
But McFarlane has coped about it for years, and what I love is like Marvel finally, after so long, took what I thought was an indirect shot at him when they created the anti-Venom character. And
yeah.
it's literally not only is it a reverse color Venom with a white body and black eyes, but it looks like
Violator.
fucking Violator.
Violator, yeah.
Violator, yeah. It looks like Violator.
Yeah,
By the way,
bitch.
guys, okay, so here's one of my favorite obscure characters that I think nobody knows who this character is, but it was from the 90s, and I'm pretty sure you guys know who it is. This is a Todd McFarlane toy that we have of him. Who knows who this character is, bro?
Azrael.
Azrael, bro. The failed Batman, bro. This is a Todd McFarlane. John Paul. Yeah, exactly. John Paul Valley, dude.
Valley, though, if you read his original story,
Yeah,
like when
which
it
I
was
have.
built up in Iceland, when he was like what was it with the Bane prison escape and all that
Yes.
shit.
Yeah.
Some of the best writing in DC, but for the worst possible idea. Like,
Yeah.
if you look at the character arcs that were set up and Bane like deciding to slowly break down Batman before he publicly humiliated him.
Right.
Like the depth to all of that story evolution, and also Bane as a little child learning how to play chess and hiding the knife in his little teddy bear.
Teddy bear.
Like that was so fucking savage. But all as it was, oh, we killed off Superman and we made so much money. Let's do the same with Batman.
Batman, yeah, exactly.
That's essentially all it was. Like,
But
it
they also made Jean Paul Valley the new Batman character who had claws. He was like a Punisher Batman or something like that.
yeah.
Of course, Jean Paul
they
was a
had bad
psychopath.
ideas back then. Like visually, shit didn't age well.
But dude, it's funny because I look at that Batman and I'm still in love with it. I don't know why. I think it's because I just love Azrael as the character. So when he became Batman and he failed as Batman, it just made sense. Like obviously, if you're gonna replace Batman, you're gonna replace him with who, right? Dick Grayson or Jason or one of the Robins. That makes sense. But to replace him with a psychopath like Jean Paul Valley doesn't make any sense. It makes sense that he would fail.
The best Batman replacement was Batman of the Future. Like, sorry.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Terry McGinnis. Terry McGinnis.
But the if you look at the best Batman variant that I think there was in an Elseworlds comic called Speeding Bullets, where it was what if Superman was Batman? Like what if Superman crashed in
where they
Gotham?
switch places, right? They switch.
No. It was basically Superman crashes, his pod crashes in Gotham, and the Waynes raise Superman. The Waynes raise him, but he becomes Batman.
Yeah.
Like so his suit, like and what I like about it is his mask covers his whole face. It was just interesting at the time, and visually he's got like the similar kind of in a symbol, like the outline of the House of Elcrest, but with the bat in it. It was fucking cool, man. It was really cool.
Real quick, $5.
He has the darkness that Batman has. He has some of that darkness.
Yeah. Yes, dude. I have the same book, bro. I have the same book. Yes, dude. Real quick, Wally. $5 super chat comes in from Mike. He says, hello, everyone. You guys watching the Andrew Wilson versus Planet Peterson debate today. It's a big debate. Breakfast Fast Tacos is moderating it. I thought that was later on tonight. That's not happening right now, is it?
No, that's only like later today. Yeah.
That's later today, right? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out. I don't know who Planet Peterson is. I don't know who that guy is.
Peterson is this fucking atheist berg. Jim Bob has debated him a couple of times. He's a fucking dum-dum.
Oh, he's a dumb. Okay.
He's a dum-dum, but he's got a lot of followers. He's one of those.
Okay. That's
Jim Bob is a dum-dum.
I agree with that.
Oh boy.
What's the topic? Does anybody know what they're debating?
What are they
Jim,
doing?
with that, before I leave, Jake, before I leave and give you the, because obviously you muted us there.
It's
Okay.
Christianity.
So why do you mute us? Why don't you just say, Bricky, shut the fuck up? Why don't you be nice and polite and respectful?
Hey, Bricky, shut the fuck up. It's Christianity shouldn't be in government.
There you go.
Okay,
there
carry
you go.
on, Bricky.
So I'm gonna leave you as little nerds to carry on with what you're doing. But just remember, you are the very people I used to bully and pick on in school and take your Pokemon cards from.
Shut up, you fucking bitch. I'll punch you.
Yeah, but your grandma's
tits.
got a dick though, Brick. So
I'll
let's not
punch you
forget
in the
about that.
tits.
My
Give us a big
grandma
bap
had a
and
dick
blab
until she
strip
died.
blab. That's the lifestyle.
Dude, that's the fucking in humanoids that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
Nice. You actually got the
man.
comic.
Yeah,
Sweet.
man. Got all like Predator ones and stuff like
Nice.
that.
But yeah, Mike, we'll be checking out that debate later on tonight because if this guy's a dum dum, it's probably gonna be pretty entertaining. Because Andrew, I heard Andrew's also gonna debate Sam Cedar soon.
Hold up. Did Farney say he's got the Predator comics as well?
Yeah.
Yeah,
bro, I got
does
Those are
AVP,
Dark Horse
I got
runs
Predators.
from back in the day.
Yeah, I got
Those
like
are Dark
these
Horse
old
ones.
stuff. Like, yeah.
Nice.
Dude, those old school Predator runs were the fucking best.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Do you know
I
they
got a
released
bunch.
them in? There's about, I think there's 2 omnibuses of the Predators, like with the full collected works.
Yeah, it's good, man. I like all these old ones. I couldn't find my other like. They got like
And
a
the Alien
binder
ones as
with
well
like
were
the more
good.
hardcore like old stuff, like
I
1963 Spider-Man comic and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll geek out for you guys. Here.
Bro, I have my comic books in the other room, man. I'm not going to go get them right now. But
I thought
I
I
don't
had,
make a lot of predictions
anti-venom,
about.
but it's not anti-venom. It's Carnage and Deadpool.
oh, yeah, I remember that
Ooh,
run.
nice.
I remember that run. That's when he's going after Carnage, right? And he gets all the
Yeah.
other symbiotes. Yeah,
Yeah.
leading up to Carnage.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I thought there was anti-venom as well on the cover.
I don't
I'm
make a
gonna say
lot
though
of
that-
predictions, but I will say this.
I just wanted to come
I
up
think
and
this
say,
is going to be one of the next big things.
you guys are a bunch of
Berserker.
Oh,
freaking
Berserker,
nerds,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
should have freaking given you guys a bunch of wet willies in high school or something.
Here we have
Dude,
Imperious.
I had
I
them
wanna-
in
I wanna-
order to
Here
get
we
that
have
Willys,
Imperious.
man.
I just want to give you guys a bunch of free. I want to take your lunch money. That's what I want to do. I want to take your lunch money and go spend
Imperious.
it on candy.
Nice.
Actually, Imperious, the one person who ever did try to fuck with me in high school ended up on the business end of my geometry book.
Yeah,
I was a jock in high
beat
school,
the
bro.
Yeah, I beat the shit out of guys like you, Imperious.
It's all right. I'm black, so you guys wouldn't have stayed a chance. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah,
Laters,
we will,
Imperious.
man.
Thanks for dropping by, dude.
Most
Grid.
of my fights in school was beating
up,
up the
man?
kids that beat up on nerds, bro, because they were my friends.
Oh, what the fuck?
And I was bigger.
Can I
than
say?
them.
Can I say something without offending anyone who's cammed up right now?
What's up?
But this is
Probably
why
unlikely.
I played rugby and basketball. I never looked like a nerd, but I was a massive nerd. I played Warhammer back in the 80s when Warhammer came out. Because like we got it in the UK first.
Yeah.
So like
Damn, Warhammer.
I was into Warhammer, I was into D&D, I was doing that, but I also played rugby and basketball. So nobody fucked with
Nice.
me, but a lot of my friends really got fucked with bad. And they're
There you
always
go.
like, "Hey, can you
Warhammer for
beat
you,
this
bro?"
kid up? He's giving us shit."
Yeah,
So
no shit.
Yeah.
I never wanted to pick fights, but if ever somebody bullied my friends while I was there, I would end the
Yeah, I
fight.
feel you. Man.
No, dude,
But
same
but
thing,
now I
Damon.
realize though, like you would not want to piss those comic book geeks off because usually, statistically, those were the guys that shot up schools.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, let's not talk
TOS,
about
no,
that.
I'm just
but-
saying,
TOS.
Damon.
That took a left turn. What?
That took a
David,
left turn. I did
But
not
am
see
I
that
wrong,
coming.
though? Am I wrong,
Before
though?
everybody hit puberty, I've always just stayed the same size. So till everybody hit puberty, all of my nerd friends that got picked
The
on, I
60s,
also played
70s,
rugby.
I
So I just
But
beat
this
the
is
shit
what,
out
this
of
is
those
what I was
kids.
saying. Like, no offense to guys who are cammed up, because if you hear about one of those events, it's usually somebody that looks like a teen version of. No offense, Barney, but kind of you. Sorry. Like, or Chris. Oh yeah, the Warhammer stuff. Those are the
Bro.
intercessors, right? It's not a bit out of focus. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a giant, man. I've never seen Warhammer look like that.
No shit.
Yeah,
Really
there's
quick,
the
Grit.
Chaos
version.
Marine, where like I think it was like a year or two ago, McFarlane put those out.
Hold on, really quick,
I
Grid.
remember when
version of me,
Warhammer
bro.
was just some books.
Grid,
I
what's your
skated.
history as a nerd, Grid? Because I've never heard you talk this type of stuff. wanna s-
I played Dungeons and Dragons in
Nice.
second grade,
Nice.
Nice.
Second, third
Really?
grade, all the way up through high school. You know,
Yeah, man.
Damn.
D&D
So
is
Grid one's a
awesome.
Dungeons and Dragons player. No kidding.
yeah.
Did you see the
Nerd.
movie?
like OG, like back when they were writing that shit. Margaret Hickman and Tracy Weiss.
Nice. I didn't
Grid was-
take you as one of those.
Grid was playing D&D back when the Satanic Panic people wanted to round up all the D&D.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, the
That's
Satanic
no
Panic.
shit, man. That's no shit. You know, actually, I was playing Dungeons and Dragons when the dragons were still around.
Yeah, that's right, man.
Yep.
The OG Hellfire Club.
See, they thought it was just a story, but it was just based off real events, man.
Grid, you struck me as a Star Trek nerd like me. I've seen all the Star Trek movies multiple times. I own
did.
all of them. All the TV shows I've watched several
Once
times.
the movies, I got to be honest, man. Once the movies came out, I switched from Star Trek to James Bond, bro. Star Trek was lame. The movies were lame.
What?
The show, I liked the TV show because I was a kid when they came out, and I watched all the way up to Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. I watched all the way up to then, and then I don't know, man. It just kept getting, kind of gayer and gayer.
Yeah, I fully agree, Grid, man. Enterprise and Voyager and all that.
I like Voyager.
Oh,
Voyager was the last
Voyager
good.
was like,
Voyager was trash. Don't you even
No,
dare.
I like
How much
Voyager.
to kick him off the?
I like
It's just $2.
Voyager was good.
So Grid,
Captain Archer
Grid,
was
just
the
$1
best Star Trek.
million.
I can only hear one guy one at a time. What's that?
So I was just going to ask you, Grid, based on what you said a moment ago, how are you feeling now about Amazon acquiring Bond?
I have mixed feelings, man. I mean, with that much money behind it, the production can get even better. And it's already good, right? But, I mean, it could get even better. But it's Amazon.
It's Amazon, yeah. Woke.
It's Amazon.
They're going to turn them black and gay, bro.
And not,
Make it
Hey,
lame.
in all fairness, Disney.
in all fairness, what was that? Sorry.
Or actually, was it Disney? Yes, Disney fucked up Harry Potter, the TV show. Severus Snape.
No, that's
Oh,
not
black
Disney.
dude.
Oh, that was real?
That's real, Jake. It's happening.
What?
And
I thought that was a meme, bro. That was real?
It's real. It's real.
It's a real. Yeah, no, that's
What
real.
the fuck,
And,
bro?
and the thing was, is that, the meme is that they could have got what's his name?
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver, Kylo Ren. Yeah.
Yeah. Adam Driver.
That's 100% who I was thinking. Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
That is Severus
That
Snape,
is
bro.
Snape.
Yeah, dude.
But let's not. Okay, so
looking kid, greasy hair.
don't forget though that in the book, there were only like 2 other people or 3 other people that were described physically in a more detailed way than Snape. And literally every time they're talking about Snape, they're mentioning how pale he is.
They wanted you to fear Snape, right? Like in the books, Snape. They want
Yeah,
you to
so he's
fear
pale,
Snape.
but he's
They
now
want
a
to
black
draw
man.
that picture of Alan Rickman in your head.
That's
I can't
crazy.
wait.
You know
to watch
what? It
James-
will
I
be-
can't wait to
Mindful.
watch James and Sirius hang the black kid from a tree.
It will be funny though. Yeah. Hang the black kid from Cheat, and also the fact that he's the one who's the master of the dark arts. It's like
Yeah.
the black dude is doing the black magic.
Bro, I promise you, I will never see that TV show.
No, neither will I.
No.
That's
fuck
insane.
I won't even. I won't.
I
give
thought
it
that was a
thing
joke,
that-
bro.
It's not worth the time to look at such a garbage piece of crap.
Here's the thing that's really annoying. This is what's going to
I did the
prove.
same thing with like the second. All right, so the second Wonder Woman movie, like the first Wonder Woman movie, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad, right?
Yeah.
The second, like Wonder Woman 1984, was
trash.
literally the worst fucking movie. I walked out, and I never walk out of theaters, bro. I walked out of the theater. I was like, "This is garbage."
Garbage.
Well, do you know what was amazing? Was the first Wonder Woman copied all of the elements of movies where you've got a strong female lead that's empowered because she has a strong man. So, like, when you look at Fifth Element, right?
Yeah.
Fifth Element, she needed Bruce Willis to love her for her to be able to save the world. And if you look at things like, I know it's slightly different, the dynamic is different, but if you look at Leon, right? Matilda was a strong character. She was a girl. She saw her whole family get murdered and her younger brother.
That's a
right?
weird movie, dude. The Professional.
It's a
Leon.
yeah. It's a great film though. But the thing is
Damon,
that
you
the
just like
only
Natalie
reason
Portman in that movie. I don't
What was
blame
that?
you, man.
Natalie Portman.
Leon the professor.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
But Leon was strong and did everything he did because of her, right?
Yes,
but
yes,
you
yes.
have
Well,
this
yeah,
dynamic of like,
It was to show that even men that are not in no way father material can be the best father figure.
exactly. Yeah. But when you look at Wonder Woman, she did what she did because the guy showed her like that humanity was
Trevor-
worth saving. She fell in love, right?
Yeah.
Trevor.
Well,
Trevor-
And it was
talk
all
Nat-
about
Steve
Steve Trevor.
Steve Trevor. There
So-
you go. There you go.
So she became strong because of that, right? He made her strong.
Well,
And in the second
again,
film, it's all about you learn that you don't need love. You don't need him. You can let him go. You don't need love. You're great
Yeah.
just on your own because girl power. It
No,
was
well,
so fucking
another-
shit. The message was so terrible.
Yeah.
Another good make it strong with Natalie Portman was fucking V for Vendetta.
I was
bro.
about to
He
think about that,
basically
right, too.
Tortured
Yes.
her.
Tortured
V for
her, yeah.
Vendetta.
Tortured her to make her strong, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shaved her head,
Talking
tricked
about-
her, did all that.
Locked
Well,
her in a
let's not-
fucking jail cell.
You know what never made any sense to me was the second season of Punisher, where you have this little government agent chick who looks like she's 100 pounds soaking wet, but she somehow gets the drop on Jigsaw and royally fucks
Yeah.
the dude up. So you never even get a proper
No.
final confrontation between him and Castle. Castle just finishes him off in a fucking laundry room.
I never liked John Bernthal's Punisher. I'm sorry.
Well,
He's
you're
a
going to
dick.
like it
Really?
even
He's a
less
good
because
Punisher.
not only is he coming back in the Daredevil show,
Yeah, I
but
know.
he's doing a limited series next year, and he's actually writing it.
Oh,
I
Okay,
don't
this
know
is
if
John
it's, I don't know if it's
Bernthal.
John
John
Bernthal's fault or not, but the way
I-
John Bernthal played Punisher was like a complete bitch. Punisher is not supposed to have emotions, and he's crying his fucking eyes out like a bitch.
Well,
I
It's
don't-
a
I
young,
think that has to do with
new
writing, though.
Punisher. That's the
John-
thing. Like he's basically
didn't-
becoming the Punisher.
Yeah,
just
John
watched-
Berthel was a good Punisher, but I think the best Punisher we've seen is Ray Stevenson, bro.
Ray Stevenson visually
Stevenson.
was the best Punisher.
Nailed
And
it.
that film visually nailed it, but the character was the best with Thomas Jane.
Yes.
When
that's
he
my-
writes that
I will
letter,
defend Warzone
hold
to
on.
my death, so I'm glad to find out I'm no longer alone about Punisher Warzone. I thought
Really
I
quick, Palpatine had something to say. What were you saying, Palpatine?
I just watched the second season of Daredevil where Bernthal's Punisher debuts, and he didn't cry once.
Okay.
Now,
in the second
scene
season, no, in the first season when he's smashing the wall apart and shit.
Yeah,
Like-
Oh no,
like,
but
like
I'm not
Jake
talking.
said,
No. The Punisher series starring him was dog shit. I don't think it was his fault, but I really hated it. It was boring as shit.
I
No,
gotta
but what
be
I was-
honest. I liked the TV show though. I liked it because it was more accurate to the comic than any of the rest. And I wasn't 100%. I mean, look, they're never 100% canon, right?
Sure.
I mean, let's just be honest.
yeah,
But
no,
it was
never.
as close to canon as it could get, right? Like he did lose his head. He did move away. He tried to be alone and just be
Well,
just be left alone, right?
It's like what
and
Jake
all of
said.
that.
He's becoming Punisher, right? So it's, I mean,
Well, yeah,
Yeah, like
I said, he debuted in the second season of Daredevil. He was great in that.
Yeah.
And the closest thing that he came to crying was whenever after he got tortured by the Irish and Daredevil saves his ass. They're sitting in the graveyard, and he tells the story of when he got back from Afghanistan and saw his daughter for the first time, and he's choking up a little bit, but he stays strong, and Matt starts crying,
yeah.
which makes more sense because Matt's a much more like vulnerable guy as opposed to Castle. But Castle. No, like season 2 of Daredevil was my favorite version. Like, I did not like the Punisher solo series that Netflix did at all. I thought it was boring as shit. I didn't like it.
By the way,
It
shout out
did-
to Matt Murdock and I guess Moon Knight, the two equivalents of Batman from
Oh,
Marvel.
dude,
Yeah.
Moon Knight sucks.
Yeah,
But dude,
that was
but what I'm
awful.
saying is like Batman. They're basically the Batman of Marvel.
Moon Knight should not have been a boring show, and I gave up on it halfway through and was like, "Yeah, I'm
Well,
Not the show.
I don't
Dude,
care
the
what
worst
happens in the
casting as
back
well.
half of this."
It
worst
was like
fucking
they
casting.
just couldn't. They couldn't decide. It's like they had 4 people involved that couldn't decide how to develop this fucking character. It bounced around like a ping pong ball in a Chinese ping pong ball room.
Yeah,
Well, it was
and
a
at the end, the
hybrid-
hero
it
was
was
a
a-
woman.
It was a
At the end-
hybrid of all the different versions of him from the comics. I mean, he's got like how many different versions in the comics?
Right.
Like either he's
Yeah.
this
Spectre.
Egyptian influence thing, or he's something else, or he's something else. And if they said, "Look, let's just take a bit from this and a bit from that and a bit from that," and this keeps fucking
It
up
was
movie
just
films.
so bad. Just so
That's
bad.
what fucked up Batman versus Superman. It's like you don't know if you want to tell a Batman versus Superman story that's set in current day with current day Superman, but then you want to use Miller's Batman from the future, right? Like the
Right.
Dark Knight Returns Batman. It's like get one timeline, tell the actual story, adapt it properly.
Yeah.
But they're like, you can't adapt the comic book accurately. You need to put a spin on it. You need to tell a new story. It's like, no, you don't. The most
you do.
accurate comic book adaptation movie was a cult hit among fans, and it was a blockbuster as well.
You're talking about Watchmen. Watchmen was
The
probably like
Watchmen.
the most accurate when it comes to
Dude,
comics.
Oh,
Yes.
that was so
Watchmen
good.
rules.
Easily.
As much as I got
also,
so much to
again,
say about Watchmen, unfortunately, it is that time. I got to go dip over to the IRL job. But Jake, I definitely want to do this with you again.
Hey,
Thank you
before
very
you
much
go-
for having me.
But before we go, Wally,
Take care, Wally.
since we're
Good seeing you, Wally, man.
What's that,
before we
Grit?
go, Wally, before you dip out, since we're talking about feminine characters, I'm debating First Amender on Saturday afternoon at 2:00.
I will see you then.
I feel bad for you, bro.
And
That
you might
guy's a
realize
fucking
he did a
spud.
soliloquy. He did the soliloquy with Andrew poem, and we're going to be debating whether Zelensky, if there's a ceasefire, should Zelensky step down or hold elections? Or
If
not?
I can fall into that, I will, because I got a lot to say about Ukraine.
And so, my position is obviously that if there's a ceasefire, Zelensky needs to have an election because he suspended the election this entire war, and he needs to hold an election, or he needs to step aside, put in a Warsaw Pact committee, kind of to run the country in his absentia, so while he goes and does other shit. And removes himself from this debacle, but he won't. He's not going to do that because he's a dick, and he's a conniving bastard.
Yep, exactly.
What you're going to end up having is a giant sack of shit. And First Amender thinks that no, Zelensky's a good guy, and he should stay in command throughout the peace process.
I think Zelensky's probably going to get kicked out. I mean, if it's their ceasefire, okay, yeah, maybe he's probably not going to get forced out. But I was thinking,
Also, for the Street Fighter fans out there, we might have a little treat for all the Street Fighter fans tomorrow on Wicked Eternal Wednesday over on my channel.
Oh no! What is
Yeah.
she dressing as? You gonna have her in outfits or something?
Chris, I can't tell you if you figured it out or not.
she's going to dress up like Tifa from Final Fantasy, bro.
What time is it at, man?
5:30 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. So if you're a Street Fighter fan, it's going to be a good show for you tomorrow. Hope to see everybody there as we talk random shit. Everybody, it's been a pleasure. Jake, thanks for having me up again. We'll do this again soon, I hope.
For sure.
Take care, guys.
I gotta go out to a Great Lent thing, so I can't watch it live, but I hope it's a good one, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I'm debating that First Amender dude, and it's
Where
going to
have
be
I seen him
hilarious.
before?
He's debated several people. Andrew, he debated Jim Bob, I believe.
Jim Bob too. Yeah, he's a fucking queef.
Yeah, he is.
He
By the way,
you've seen him on Jake with Rattlesnake TV. You saw him with that as well. He's that annoying guy where
super annoying, dude.
He talked about
He debated Rob Noor.
Jake and stuff like that.
He's the one on Modern Day Debates. He completely soyed out and started yelling at Jake. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
he's
with Jake and Alex.
He's,
Dude, by the way, fucking did you see his debate with Rob Noor where his whole opening statement was a poem? Literally a poem. He did a poem for his opening.
Man, I know.
Fucking insane,
That was
dude.
with Andrew.
He's actually.
Was that with Andrew? I thought it was with Noor.
The guy
Is he
gives
normal?
me like creepo vibes.
No, he's
like,
not normal.
He's gonna. I'm worried he's gonna snap one day. Like
He seems like
freaks
that.
The hell out of me.
That guy gets freaked out. Yeah, he does.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask Grid where that's gonna be broadcasted. Who's gonna be the moderator for that debate? But oh well, he's off.
I'm not being funny, but if somebody opened up a debate
Crap,
with me,
man! I
with
didn't
a
mean to
poem,
like
I would
overtalk his
dip out.
outro there, man.
Who dropped off?
Yeah, Grid dropped
Grid.
off. I don't
He's
know.
about to do his
Grid's
own
still
show.
there.
Like 25 minutes.
Oh, Grid is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking Anson, bro. I was like,
Yeah, of course
Yeah,
it's
it's
me. I got
Anson.
I
Grace
know
right here.
it's
He's the only one that kept on switching out,
like,
bro.
He's Grid.
He's traded. He's changed his name and his profile picture like 10 times.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Who's Manar?
Uh,
Manar?
No,
I'm
dude,
sorry,
he's that
Grid,
fucking
man.
spurgy fucking Middle Eastern dude that like flexes and does push-ups and yells on streams.
Manar. It sounds familiar.
He's been on Verbal
Dude, he's this
Combat.
Muslim dude
He's
that yells a lot.
Does he have a channel? Or no?
I think so.
Yeah, he has a Discord too.
I'm in the back, you bastards.
Yeah, we can hear you, Grid. You're here.
Oh, okay, good. All right. I felt bad. I'm like, did I overtalk Grid's like outro? I got
No,
all like
Grid
hyped
didn't
about
leave.
First Amender, man.
Hey, Grid, where's that going to be
Yeah.
broadcasted? Your debate on Saturday.
I'm gonna broadcast it on my show.
Who's the main host?
There's this new channel called I forget what the guy's calling it. It's the debate something. I don't know. I can't. I'm on my phone, so I can't zip away and take a look at it. But it's like some debate world league or some crap like that. I don't know. And he's trying to set up debates between people, but he's never done it before. It's going to be a shit show.
It's
Oh,
gonna be a
okay.
shit
So he's
show.
a first-time moderator?
Yeah. I had to tell him. I'm like, look, this is the way. I'm like, he's like, yeah, okay. So you want to do the debate with First Amendment? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not?
Bro, it's
I'll
funny
fuck that
when
guy
these
up.
people want to be mods and come into the space, but they've never even fucking debated or been around the block.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I
interesting.
feel you on that, man.
Yeah. Actually, that reminds me.
so-
I have a debate
What-
tomorrow.
Oh,
I have
a-
gosh. Nice.
Yeah, I'm debating Fatty. Fatty made the claim to me. He messaged me, so he challenged me to debate. But he's claiming that Bernie Sanders would be a better leader / president than Donald Trump. So it's going to be a Bernie Sanders versus Donald Trump debate.
Oh, nice. dude.
That's what Fatty shot up to me, and I said, "Yeah, I'll take it, bro. I'm be glad to
Yeah.
smoke you on that." But he's not.
Yeah,
he's not a
you-
political debater. I was surprised that he went this direction
Yeah.
with me. So
I was gonna
So-
think it was gonna be Red Bull or something.
I was thinking
'cause
that
that's
too,
like
yeah.
He's wears it on Sarah's.
yeah,
Well, he's a huge commie, so that makes sense.
So Grid,
He's
when-
fucking Portuguese,
When is
bro.
that debate, man?
that's going to be
What's that?
tomorrow. I think at 5
Grid,
Eastern or
Grid's
something.
debate. And
What
Jake's
was
is
that?
tomorrow.
I'm
you
sorry,
said?
Barney. I couldn't hear you.
When's your debate against First Amender, man?
Saturday 2.
It's Saturday,
Um,
2 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, Eastern. Yeah, 1 p.m. my time.
Okay, sweet. And Jake's is 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
and,
yeah.
And then Wally's is 5:30 for his show. All right, sweet. Just
Oh,
trying to
Grid.
remember them all, man.
Yeah.
I'll make notes. That's smarter.
So-
Grid,
so-
by the way, sorry, I just wanted to ask, like, quickly, going back to the Bond thing on Amazon, there's one way you're going to know if they've got an agenda they're trying to push or if they're genuinely trying to do the best thing for the character is, have you seen the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare?
What's that?
I've been wanting
Yes,
to watch
that was good. That was good.
The
think
Ministry
I've
of
ever heard of that.
Ungentlemanly Warfare.
The
Yes,
movie.
yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a good
so
movie.
did you notice, Gus March Phillips in it? The character who leads that group of guys, played
My
by
boy.
Henry Cavill.
My
Yeah,
boy.
yeah.
Yeah, so Gus March Phillips was obviously the guy that Ian Fleming used to base the character of Bond on.
Yes.
And
yes.
Henry Cavill plays him in the film. So you've literally got, because Ian Fleming is in the movie, played by Freddie Fox. So Ian Fleming, when he wrote the Bond novels, he based Bond off of his friend Gus March Phillips. And if Henry Cavill played him in that movie, Amazon should know, like, we'll use Henry Cavill to play Bond, right? Because that's the guy
Dude,
who
Henry
inspired the
Cavill would
character.
be a dope James Bond.
The
Oh,
only
yeah.
the only kind of like stick in the spokes for that is the fact that he's so tied up with Warhammer and Amazon. The reason why the Warhammer stuff is taking so long to come to the screen is because he's been such a, and I mean this is a good thing. This is what we love Henry Cavill for. He's been such a pain in the ass with production because he won't
He's
let
been a
Amazon.
real nerd.
Yeah, because he's like, no, there are no female custodies, and I will walk if you make me
Yeah,
work with
fuck
one.
that.
Oh yeah, but then you saw what Amazon did, right? They threw hundreds of millions at Games Workshop to make Games Workshop make it part of the law that there's female
Yeah,
custodians.
but didn't they
That's
turn
fucked.
around and retcon that out like immediately after?
After the massive fan backlash, they said they were going to, but God knows if they actually did or if they didn't, because I stopped playing 2 editions ago. So
Okay, well, still, but the point is that like if Henry Cavill is the guy, he is the perfect James Bond alive right now to play him right at the second. I totally agree with that. But like Amazon is having such a hard time wrangling him with 40K. I don't think they're going to take him and put him in another major franchise that they own because he'll nerd out and they don't. It's like Amazon.
Yeah, they're probably gonna want somebody younger to play Bond.
Oh, that too.
As long as it's not
Cavill
fucking
is, like,
Idris
40 years
Elba,
old now,
bro.
so-
Bond's,
well, Henry
Bond's
Cavill
supposed to be old.
Henry Cavill tested for Casino Royale, and they said he's too young. And then they
That's
cast
true.
what's his
Daniel
name?
Craig.
Daniel Craig, who looked
Yeah.
forget the actual age, but looks wise,
The problem with Cavill is
Daniel
he may be
Craig
too
looked
well
fucking
known.
older than Pierce Brosnan at the time.
Yeah, dude, he does not look like Bond as
His
well.
face looks like fucking leather that's been left out in the sun.
Yeah.
He looked
I don't know.
old
I'm
as shit.
a Roger Moore Bond guy, so y'all are all wrong. Bond's supposed to look old. He's supposed to look weathered. He's a
fuck
gentleman.
you, Timothy Dalton, bro.
No,
Well, Bond
Roger
is
Moore was the best
described
Bond.
as looking vicious and ugly. Like he's described as not looking attractive in a way. He's
But
described
yet he
as
bangs all the
looking
chicks.
angry. Yeah,
It's because
fucking
he has the demeanor too, right? It doesn't have anything to do with the looks. He's
he's
a
got
man.
that Sean Connery energy of like, I'll slap you if you don't fuck me now.
Grip was about to say the problem with Henry Cavill.
Oh yeah, the big problem I see with Henry Cavill is that he might be too well known. All of the
I thought-
Bonds
When
up
you said
until now
well,
have been basically they haven't done anything major in film. TV, yes, but not film.
Right, Sean
So-
Connery was major as heck, but maybe
Yeah, so
not
was
when he
Pierce
first
Brosnan.
did.
But not in film. He had done some TV shows pre-Bond.
Oh, so that's what launched his career then? Was the Bond movies?
Bond tends to
Yeah,
launch a
Bond
career.
is pretty old, so like when he was Bond, so maybe he hadn't done film really before that.
Yeah. Who was the '90s Bond? The one that came out on Mrs. Doubtfire?
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, that guy.
I really liked him, man.
I really
but
liked him.
Pierce
Yeah.
was
I get
alright.
hated on for liking him.
Well, I grew up as a
And
kid
also-
looking at him.
Yeah,
Pierce
GoldenEye,
had
man.
like the best gadgets. He had like the best. He looked like
Yeah.
a fucking player.
Yeah.
He like
Yeah.
and
guy's a Chad, yeah.
he had like some of the best. He had some of the best storylines, but unfortunately, towards the end, his films became too fucking cartoony.
Yeah.
Like, do you remember
Wasn't
that
that
one?
the
The
problem
dude, there was an explosion and diamonds got stuck in a dude's face, and he looked like Mr. Freeze or some shit. Do you remember that
That
one?
was legit, though. That was really legit. Though. I like that. That was one of the few things I was like, yeah, all right, you got that part right.
And the explosion, for some reason, made his eyes go crystally white and shit. So fucking stupid.
That's
All I'm thinking about is the pen scene when you're talking about a guy getting like all like frozen and all that.
Oh yeah, I am
Yeah,
invincible.
That was so good because you just watch everybody's like, oh my gosh, how many ticks was that he's doing on the pen, right? Like,
Dude, that is awesome. That's an awesome
Yeah.
scene.
yeah, oh yeah. And 006 was one of my favorite characters for a Bond villain.
Oh,
I just
fuck yeah.
really liked him.
Sean Bean. Again,
Sean
dying
Bean, yeah.
as he does in everything. He's just hired to die in films and TV.
Just like what is it? The Superman movie, right? Too. That's all he's doing. Sean Bean. Yeah, I haven't thought of that guy in a good while.
Okay, nerd question. The best Sean Bean death.
Boromir. Is this even a
Thank
question?
you. Thank you. Like
Yeah,
50
easily Lord of the
fucking
Rings.
hours.
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings.
bro.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. Yeah, because dude, he
That
died
was
in
a
the first
sweet
like
death, man.
he died in the first like hour or so in the movie, right?
No,
Of the
he
It wasn't
died
that
at the end.
Fellowship
He went
in,
down.
of the Ring.
He
Dude, he
went
died
down
at
like
the
a
end.
fucking soldier.
Oh, he died at the
No,
end.
was
Yeah.
the
It
third
was
one.
literally the very end of the movie. He dies, Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas set off on their journey.
Journey.
And by that
Yeah, that's
point,
right.
Sam and Frodo are already gone, and Merry and Pippin have been kidnapped. Like the movie ends like 5 minutes later. It's
Okay,
literally
there you go.
very
Okay, my
end-
bad.
I'm mixing
Yeah.
up movies here.
Yeah,
I
come
haven't
on, man.
watched it in too
Bro,
long.
I'm
I was
sorry. I haven't
actually-
seen
I
those
was-
movies in so long.
Me
man.
neither,
You
Jake,
gave
man.
me
I'm
life
mixing it
up
up
for
too.
Frodo.
I watched them
Good
last
movie.
weekend. What's wrong with you guys?
Yeah,
I
he
was
gave his
honestly
life up
pissed
for
off
Frodo.
that
Now,
he survived.
What?
I was just going to say, I was so pissed off that he survived because I actually lost 20 quid in a bet that he survived at the end of National Treasure. I was like, he's going to die at the end. He's going to get killed by the cops
dude,
when he's breaking it. Like,
by
he
the way-
didn't. He survived.
When Sean Bean was casted in Game of Thrones, I was thinking he was going to live throughout the entire series because I never read Game of Thrones.
No, he has to
did.
die.
Most people did.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. I was shocked, and then I found out, this guy dies in every single movie he's ever been casted in. It's fucking insane.
You know how everyone dies in Lord. Everyone dies in Game of Thrones. Absolutely everyone, because even George R. Martin's going to die before it's finished. So fucking everyone.
Dude, for real.
So I have a theory about
The movie that I'm worried about them finishing is the Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time. I'm really concerned about that series finishing.
Are you still watching it? Most people I know dialed out of that in like the first season.
No, I like the second season. The first season was was a little truncated compared to the book, obviously. But I could live with that. I didn't have a problem with the first season being kind of they skipped around a little bit, but I think they actually did really good with it. I think the Pat and Fane character is really good. Pretty much they nailed all the characters, I think.
So, so since we were talking about Lord of the Rings and James Bond, Christopher Lee as Scaramanga was the best Bond villain from my perspective. What do y'all think about that?
Christopher Lee is a fucking legend,
Christopher Lee,
bro.
yeah. And he
Dude,
also came out in Lord of the Rings.
Only because I fucking love him in everything.
He's a great
I will
opera
say-
singer too, right? Like he's an
Dude,
amazing
he's in a
opera
metal.
singer.
He was in a metal band, bro.
Yeah, he was in a metal band too.
90s.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee's nuts, man. He's in a metal band, and he was like, wasn't he like a Navy SEAL or something? No, he was
He was
SAS.
a soldier
He was
that like
SAS.
survived. Yeah.
yeah.
And dude,
fucking
and
nuts.
bro, Christopher
was
Lee
Count
was meant to
Dooku.
get married to like the princess of Sweden or something, and he turned her down. He was like, "No, I'm gonna be an actor and carry on with my life." He was gonna marry fucking royalty, bro.
Christopher Lee is the most interesting man in the world.
Yeah, and he survived the plane crash. He survived like 1 or 2 plane crashes. He's a legend, dude.
Dude,
Yeah. Well, he's dead now, right?
Yeah, but at like 93.
In Return of the King, it was written in the scene where when Wormtongue stabs Sauron in the back, he's supposed to scream, and he told Peter Jackson, he's all like, "Sir, if he'd stabbed me in the back, it would collapse my lung. I wouldn't be able to scream." And he's just like, "How do you know that?"
Yeah.
He's like, "I know what it sounds like."
I did that.
to stab
I
a man in the
know.
back."
Wow. He corrected it.
Yeah,
Those-
like that
He
doesn't logically make
corrected it,
sense.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
yeah,
Those
his
like
military
based,
career.
those kind of based claims. Like, do you remember who was it? Who was it? I'm trying to remember now in MMA. One of the guys was Crow Cop, I think, and they were having a face off, and this dude just goes over to like Crow Cop in a face off, and he says to him something like, "I'm ready to die," and he's like, "Good, I'm ready to kill." It's like fucking hell.
Yeah, Mirko Crow Cop.
He was a
actually
killer.
Killed people. Yeah.
Oh,
He was,
yeah, yeah.
he was,
Wasn't that Boss Rutten?
No, it was
that or Vanderlei
Silva.
or something
Silva.
like that.
Yeah, it
Silva,
was
yeah.
Vanderlei.
Yeah.
Vanderlei Silva, they called him the Axe Murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then
But he
his leg
looked
got
like
axed
a-
in that one fight, which was
No,
gruesome.
man, not
No.
Anderson.
You're
Vanderlei.
thinking of Anderson.
Vanderlei
Oh,
Silva.
I'm thinking of
Silva.
yeah, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad. I was thinking of
Yeah,
Anderson
Vanderlei's
Silva.
that ugly dude that looks like a fucking cave troll. That's Vanderlei.
He looked like he blocked all the punches with his face. Yeah.
Yeah.
In every fight he
he
was ever in.
looks like he was missing a chromosome.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who he is now. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Another
Vanderlei
villain though,
Silva.
another Bond villain, just because I fucking
This
love
dude.
the actor, was what's his name?
Christopher
Yeah.
Walken?
Yeah, Christopher Walken. Max.
Walken, yeah.
Max. What's his name?
Max
Zorin.
Zorin.
Yeah. View to a Kill. Walken is just he's another guy who's just terrifying as shit.
Oh, he was awesome in the new Dune movies. I love him as the Emperor of the Known Universe, man. I've read all of the Dune books, most of them twice, man.
Have
I
you
love the
seen
new
Seven
Dune.
Psychopaths?
And I love that movie.
Which
I
one?
don't want
Dune?
Seven Psychopaths. Well,
Seven
yeah,
Psychopaths. Fuck it.
well,
The best
yes.
opening. One of the best openings in a film.
The Denis Villeneuve Dune movies are also good, but yes, Seven Psychopaths. I love that at the end of the movie. It was just like, put your gun down.
When you realize
Or put
why
your-
he's wearing the scarf, you realize why Christopher Walken's wearing the scarf. You're like, holy shit, it's him.
Put your hands up. No.
He's like, no.
Hey, watch it with the spoilers, you
Hey,
bastard.
what? It's like, but I got a gun. I don't care. I don't want to.
But also, his voice is awesome. Dude. Like, do you remember in Batman Returns when he's like, bottom line, she tries to screw me over, drop her out a higher window. It's fucking nutcase, man. He's awesome.
Fucking, he was great in Jesus Christ. Fuck. the
Catch
David
Me If You
Spade-
Can.
Well,
Catch
yeah,
Me.
that he's great in that movie, but no, the David Spade movie. Fuck, Joe Dirt.
Oh, God.
Oh shit,
Oh, Dirt
He's-
was legend, bro.
He's great. in
that's
Joe
a great
Dirt.
movie. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
fucking, it turns out he's a mafia hitman who's in witness protection.
No,
Yes,
dude,
yes.
his best monologue ever was Pulp Fiction, though. I mean, that's like
Oh,
it's not a nerd movie,
It's
but
fake.
man,
Oh,
that's
God,
that's
yeah.
Bro,
fine.
it
5
is, bro.
years.
Fucking
That's how-
Tarantino, bro.
Oh yeah,
The
Tarantino,
minute he
yeah.
walks in, though, the first thing he says to the
Up my
kids
ass.
when he's like, I just love the opening line. The opening line, you know, he starts chewing up the scenery in the opening line in the best possible way when he's just like, hello, little man. Like, who fucking starts talking to a kid like that?
Now, when you want to talk about Bond villains, I really like Le Sheriff from, I think it's how you pronounce it. It's been a long time, from Casino Royale. Mads Mikkelsen. And
Oh,
the
yeah.
entire reason why, I mean, Mads Mikkelsen's good. He's great in everything he does. He's really great in that movie. But the thing that made him the greatest Bond villain of all time was when he does the chair torture. When he strips Bond naked, sits him in the chair with
yeah.
a hole cut in the bottom of it,
Dude, that was
and
nuts.
whacks his balls with their tied up with the fucking boat rope, with the giant ass thick rope that they use to drag boats
And he's
around.
like, to the left, to the left.
But no, Mads Mikkelsen's great. He's a great villain in that movie.
Fuck yeah.
That was great. Yeah, I'll have the pleasure of knowing that I died with you scratching my balls. That was great. That
Oh,
was great. That
God.
was that's legit.
No, but as Sean Bean death, I didn't get a chance to bring this up earlier. Now, the iconic, the best Sean Bean death ever was obviously Boromir. My personal favorite was Equilibrium. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that movie.
Dude,
other than-
Equilibrium
Oh, shit,
was
when
such
he
a
reads
good
the
movie,
book,
bro.
when he reads the
That's-
book and they
Yes.
decide to, yeah.
Dude,
he figured-
you guys,
fucking-
you guys know as well, right? If it wasn't for Equilibrium and Raid, we would have never had John Wick, bro. That was the first movie that brought the gun kata in.
Yeah, Kurt
was
Wimmer was a fucking
Equilibrium.
genius, dude. He was ahead of his time. And,
Yeah,
but no,
that
I
whole
love that shit.
gunfighting with the gun katas and shit, and how they would also use the guns as like to punch, basically how they shot.
Jake,
So
have you
that
seen
whole-
Equilibrium?
I haven't seen. I just looked it up. It's with Christian
Bale.
Bale.
Fucking
Christian
Christian
Bale.
Bale,
You
bro.
like-
It was
One of my
epic.
Yeah,
absolute favorite movies
It
ever.
was epic.
But
Really?
Jake
Epic,
also
Jake.
likes Jake likes
it's epic. Watch
1984
it.
references, and that's
Yes,
a
I do.
1984 film if ever there was one.
Oh,
Really?
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
1984
like
all the way, man.
the kind of elevator pitch is that after like World War III, basically what's left of humanity like gets together in this city, and they're led by a
Father figure.
Yeah, a father figure who produces a drug called not prosium. Wait, it might have been. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's
Yeah.
a drug that suppresses emotions.
Emotions. It suppresses your emotions.
So like now, not all of your emotions. Like it's kind of murky about whether or not they're completely devoid of emotion or not. But no, it's like you can feel just enough like ambition to want to be good at your job.
To
things like
function,
this.
basically.
But yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
like,
I think you can also
It looks
not
very
get
Matrix-ish,
sad
bro.
well, that was a
it
common
is.
criticism was that it was like this is just a Matrix ripoff, but it couldn't be like other than
It
like
wasn't.
aesthetically, sure, a little bit.
Yeah,
of it,
that's what I was
like,
looking at too. It
was
kind
a-
of looks like
There was so much little symbolism. Like, did you notice that the gun flare, like when they're firing the guns off, look like the symbol?
Yeah, the symbol for the tetragrammaton. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like it's real like it it's got its twists and turns, and Christian Bale is great.
Yeah.
And fucking Tay
Good
Dixon, everybody's
storyline.
great.
Everything
Yes.
was good about it, dude.
The fight scenes were fantastic. It just is so good. At one point, Christian Bale
an
had the record for
underappreciated movie in that same kind of line is both Judge Dredd's.
Oh yeah, Judge Dredd. Yeah, I definitely saw that
It is
one.
kind of like Judge Dredd almost because they're like the police force. Christian Bale and them are like they're like the highest police force.
clerics.
But
Yeah.
thank you for
clerics,
saying that,
yeah.
Grid One, because yes, the 2012 Carl Urban Dredd was the better film and really, really good. But I don't care what anybody says. 1995, fucking Sly Stallone, Judge Dredd.
Bro.
I fucking love that movie.
Yo,
I
Papa
The
love
only
that
thing I love about that, was that it got the only problem with the Christian Bale one was it didn't get the look of the mega city right. And
Yeah.
Right.
in the Sylvester Stallone one, it looked like Mega City, and
No,
also when you see the
it
wastelands.
was
Carl Urban
Carl
one.
Urban with
Yeah.
Judge Dredd because we actually I worked on that, bro. That was done here in Cape Town.
When was
Sorry,
that
was that-
remake with?
No, but I know what you're talking about because it
The
was
Carl
like,
Urban Judge Dredd. It was done here in
Yeah.
Cape Town, Jay.
it's just called
Yeah,
Dredd.
yeah,
It
no,
came
no,
out in
that was
2012.
my
What?
favorite.
Oh, 2012.
but,
I
like,
was going to ask what year that
but
was.
in
It came out in 12.
in
yeah.
the Sylvester Stallone one, it looked like the comic. Like the bikes
Yeah.
looked like the bikes, the city looked like the city. And when you saw the wastelands, when I saw Mean Machine Angel, and when you see the ABC Warrior, I was like, I'm sold on this shit.
Yeah,
Even after he took his helmet off, I was like, you're
The
a
helmet
fucking
was a
dick.
little bit shit, bro. That
Yeah.
helmet was a little bit big.
but yeah, no.
But Carl Urban's
really
was
love the
easily the
original.
best.
They wanted to
I
like
really
strip
love
it.
the original Sly Stallone Judge Dredd.
Well, so do I.
That it,
Yeah,
it
we
just
all
kicks
do.
balls, man.
Yeah,
but
we
Carl-
all did. No,
I
he
understand
was-
what they wanted to do with the Carl Urban movie is they wanted it to make they wanted like the uniform to be a bit more believable. But also I kind of like but I know what you're saying with Mega City 1 didn't look like Mega City 1 because it was much more spread out and like the blocks
Dude,
were
it
way
was
further
fucking
apart
Cape
from each
Town.
other.
It's because it was
It
Cape
didn't look
Town.
it did not look enough like the comic book. It just didn't.
Well, no, and they didn't want it to. They wanted
But
it
the
to
thing
be
is
more
that
But
Carl
the original
played,
Judge Dredd, it was it was literally like you were reading the comic book.
except
but
for all
Carl
the liberties
Urban
that they
played
took.
him right. Carl Urban played him 100%
Yeah,
accurate.
in
It
the
was
comics, he
absolutely
never
fucking
takes his helmet
amazing.
off, and he was.
And
yeah.
I like that they had Anderson as the partner, and she's like got the psi abilities. That was fucking good.
Yeah.
Whoa. The first Judge Dredd had Rob Schneider as comic relief. That's why it's better.
Well, I mean,
That's
what really
true.
breaks my heart
Yeah,
is that
early
like,
young Rob Schneider.
the 2012 Dredd didn't do well enough to get a sequel because where they had Anderson as the partner in the first movie, they were going to set up Death. They were going to set up Judge Death.
Yeah. The dark judges were going to come in.
And,
But did you
then,
hear
like,
that they
it
might?
flopped and yeah.
They were saying that they wanted to make it into a sequel as a series. And
Carl
Carl
Urban's
Urban
too old,
apparently
man.
might still do it after he finishes The Boys.
Oh,
Really?
that'd
That
be
would
good.
be good.
That'd be
And one
cool.
thing
He
that
was
made
good.
Carl
He's
Urban
good in
legit-
The Boys, dude. He's
Sorry?
good in The Boys. Carl
He's
Urban
fucking
in The
brilliant in
Boys.
it, man.
He-
He's
the,
fucking
the,
epic.
the butcher stuff is
There's
literally
too much
the
gay
only
stuff
reason.
in the boys, man.
Well, I agree. The butcher stuff is the
Yeah.
only reason why I'm still watching The Boys. Everything else about it it's gone
a little
completely
bit-
off the rails.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
everything
Yeah,
happened
it's
in
like
the
dynamic-
store.
it's
the
all
dynamic-
shock factor. It's
But
all
the
shock
dynamic
factor,
between
dude.
Homelander and Butcher is the best. Like
Yeah, that's
them
the only
two
reason
on
why I'm
screen
still
Yeah,
together.
no, like it's kind of
Yeah.
cool and all that. With like, if you ripped out all the degenerate nonsense, yeah, it's a pretty enjoyable show. I agree with that.
You know, I
But
heard
they're
Kyle
overloaded with
Urban.
degeneracy.
I heard Kyle Urban got casted as Johnny Cage in the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. Actually,
Yeah.
old for that shit.
he's too old. I was
Who?
thinking the same thing.
Who
Wait,
Carl
what? There's a
Urban?
Mortal Kombat.
Yes, that he got casted as Johnny Cage.
Carl Urban is
No.
like 50, bro.
They casted him.
No.
They casted him as
dude.
Johnny Cage.
He's
Because
got
of
good genes. It'll be
2.
all right.
Yes,
I
Mortal
didn't-
Kombat
wait,
2.
coming out this year supposedly.
Dude,
Supposedly.
that's gonna be epic.
But honestly,
Mortal
Mortal Kombat
Kombat
1, I didn't like it that much, to be honest.
No, it was
It
that was
was
at
so
least
corny,
decent.
but I still enjoyed it, man.
It was
Yeah.
corny.
He's
But I just
how are
like
you
it because
gonna
it's
make-
Mortal Kombat.
how-
That's it.
How are you going to
Yeah,
make a
exactly.
film like Mortal Kombat and the lead character is
music
a
was
character
good,
who was
though.
never in the games?
Exactly.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
Luke, and
No,
like
I
if you're not
know.
gonna Liu Kang or Scorpion
no, you-
should have been the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they should have started off with the Scorpion Sub-Zero rivalry as
Yeah.
like, fucking that movie centered around
You know
them.
what-
Listen,
You know
the
what you should
animated
do?
Mortal Kombats are the shit, though. Let's
What you
just
should
admit
do,
that.
I was
I gotta
about to
jump off
say
for a minute,
exactly. if you want to make a successful movie, just adapt the animated shit that gets it right.
Yeah, because the
Like the
animated ones were
MK
epic.
Legends animated series was brilliant.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
The DC animated universe films are better than any fucking film they brought out in the past
Big
30
time.
years.
Big
It's
time,
same
bro.
with Resident Evil, man.
So we're
Like,
talking
the
about
animated Resident Evil is way better than the garbage live action of it.
So we're
Honey,
talking
don't
about
say
video
that.
game
I
movies.
worked on the last one with Mila as well, you bastard.
So I have you to blame it.
Look, can I just ask you, like, why
take
is...
an unpopular position
Go ahead.
and defend? Like, look, I understand they're nothing like the games, but Paul W.S. Anderson didn't want his Resident Evil movie to be. It's stupid. He shouldn't have. Like, if you're gonna adapt a video game, he should probably adapt it right. But I can't help it. In 2002, I was young and I saw Mila Jovovich's movies, and I was just all like, "This is great."
Yeah.
And then I watched all those movies, and I unironically love them all. Like, I think, well, okay, the last one, the final chapter, was kind of shit. But
So I just wanna say-
The problem is that Anderson, just because he's married to her, he just wants to keep her in work, man. I mean, look, dude, she's like 60 fucking years old nearly, man. Just let her go. Like,
Hey,
put
dude,
somebody
listen,
else in a movie. And
Mila-
they're putting her in another film. Like he did the what's it called? The Three Musketeers, right? He puts her in
Yeah.
it. He did,
But
and
listen-
then I know he wasn't involved in it. At least I don't think he was. But she's the witch in Hellboy, like the last
Yeah.
reboot of Hellboy. Like, what? Why is she getting?
Dude, I
so
just want
much-
to say,
well,
The
because she's
nepotism shit
popular.
is a bit.
fucking shout out to Smoking Spaceman, Jake. He's like one of my best mods, bro. Shout
Yeah.
out to you, Smoking Spaceman.
Dude, honestly, I don't know why I haven't made him as a wrench because I see him here all the fucking time, and I see him on
he's
the
the best dude, Jake. Hands down,
Yeah.
Smoking Spaceman's the best grifting mod in the West, bro.
Yeah,
best
for
grifter
real.
in the West, bro.
He turned 49 back in
Yeah, he's a good
December.
dude.
Yeah,
So
but-
she's not even 50 yet.
Oh
So-
man, sorry,
so
I
bad-
just remember
Bad
her.
bad comic book movies. In the 90s, we had the two worst not comic book movies, video game movies. It
Don't
was
you dare say
Street
Mortal
Fighter?
Kombat.
Street
Don't you
Fighter
dare
the
say
movie,
Mortal Kombat.
Street Fighter the movie, and Mario Brothers movie.
Mario
No,
Brothers.
yeah,
you're-
yeah.
no, you're-
Mario Brothers
no,
is
you're
pretty bad, bro.
crazy, bro. Dragon
I
Ball
still
Z.
like the ball, but
No,
Oh,
Dragon
Dragon
Ball
Ball
Z
was in the
was
2000s. That was in the
Oh,
Not a
2000s.
video,
Okay,
Dragon Ball's
okay,
also
okay.
not a video game movie.
Good point. Yeah, that's true.
But
Yeah,
by the
thank
way,
you,
though,
yeah.
going back to Paul W.S. Anderson, gotta say, I will have infinite respect for that guy, not just because of Mortal Kombat. Like earlier on, somebody said, "Oh, it was a flop." It was a flop, but it was a cult hit. It was
Yeah.
a cult hit. Everybody
Big cult
loved that
following.
fucking film.
Yeah.
And
cult
the other
following.
one
Wait,
was
the 90
Event
the
Horizon.
95
Event
95
Horizon is
Mortal Kombat flopped.
Yeah.
what was that?
What,
MK
the
flopped.
second? Oh, MK.
No,
the new
Mortal
one.
Kombat Annihilation flopped. The first one didn't.
No,
The first
no,
one
no.
was a commercial flop. It did
Yeah.
flop. But,
Yeah,
but
but
became
it had a
cult
cult following,
classic.
so they made part 2, and that one flopped bad.
and most of the profits
I liked
from
it.
the first
I liked
Mortal
it.
Kombat was from DVD sales, like VHS and
Yeah.
DVD sales.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's back in the day when you could still turn a flop into a win with sales of DVDs and stuff.
Yeah.
Often.
Yeah.
Now they're fucked if they make
According
a
to
mistake with
AI,
the
Mortal
movie.
Kombat released August
Also-
18th, 1995 was a box office success, earning $23.2 million its opening weekend, reaching the top spot at the box office that weekend. Nearly eight
I
times
think
the
it
opening,
released.
nearly 8 times the opening amount of the only other new release that weekend, The Babysitter's Club. So it didn't have
I
a
was
ton.
going to say.
Okay, so I guess
gonna
it
say
was a hit then.
released.
It
But it
enjoyed a
released at a
3-week
time
stint
of year where it had no competition, really.
No, but
There
it
was-
enjoyed a 3-week stint at number one and grossed 73 million domestically, 51
No, that's
million in
good,
other
dude.
territories. In
That's good for the
1995,
time.
$124.7 million.
Yeah,
is what
that's
it
good
earned.
money for the time.
But the other-
so
Yeah.
maybe
the other
you're
film
thinking
I was
of
gonna
number
say
two,
for him-
Damien.
Yeah, and
Sorry?
the budget
Maybe
for
you're thinking number two.
the budget for it was only $20 million. Annihilation flopped hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Annihilation
Annihilation.
flopped hard,
hated
but-
Annihilation. That just made me irritated beyond belief.
No, I just remember the reviews at the time. Like me and my friends fucking loved it, but God, I remember everybody saying like on the reviewers on TV were saying it was shit. Even games magazines were saying it was shit because it didn't adapt the story properly. It was
Well,
like,
that was the narrative for every single comic book movie when they were first like adapting it
Yeah.
to movies. Like that's what it was. People wanted
Yeah.
accuracy at the time. Now people don't care because it's multiverse, right? everything's multiverse these
Yeah.
days. So, you know,
Well, like,
Batman could
so
be
in
a
the
gay and
comics,
black.
He does
these days, so.
usually. He does. That was the only film. That was the only film that he adapted where the characters were pretty much accurate to the game. There wasn't some imagined character that he put in there. But then when you look at Resident Evil, an imagined
There was
character
one.
that he put in there. You look at Monster
I
Hunter, an
hated
imagined character that he put in
Resident
there.
Evil was so I can't get over how pissed off I am at that movie series. Like the
Yeah.
The
main
series.
character being this freaking random woman that is like bizarre, overpowered. I hated it so bad.
Yo, dude, Resident
look at
Evil
what he
1
did.
was awesome. Resident Evil 1 was awesome. Take
No,
your
it
fucking
wasn't.
words back.
Rewatch
Yeah,
it
it
and tell
was.
me it's awesome. It's garbage.
Yeah.
Do you know
I
why?
watched
Do you know
it
why
last
Resident
year and
Evil
it's
1 was
good.
awesome?
Because it had
If
a
you
hot
want to know
chick
why
in it.
Resident Evil 1 was awesome, Michelle
Is that a hot
Rodriguez
chick?
gets killed in it.
Yeah. No, dude,
What
Resident
was your
Evil
favorite
1
part
was
at the
good
time,
fun.
though?
You're
when she
high, bro.
runs on
You're
the
high,
wall and
bro.
does like freaking kicks to the dog's face?
I
Yeah,
love it.
because
You're
you know
high,
that
bro.
happens in the video game. You know,
I
like
loved
just
it.
freaking.
It
whose
was
blood is
awesome.
this?
Take
Chris's
it back,
blood?
Forney. It was
No,
awesome. Just calm
no,
down.
there
bro.
was okay.
It was
so
fun to
here's the
watch
thing.
that scene, but no, it's not Resident Evil. It needs to be chucked in the garbage where it belongs. It's
Wait a
crap.
second. Farney said that it was rubbish because you couldn't kick dogs in the game, right? So if they
Well,
wanted to
that's
make an
one
accurate,
reason. That's one
if they wanted to
reason.
make an accurate Resident Evil film, it should have
Walk
been the
around with a
stupidest
knife.
possible camera angles with the characters walking into walls.
Yes, I watched that movie, bro.
No,
It's
but-
like, wait, what is behind the main character? I can't see it.
Little piece of movie trivia though. Paul W.S. Anderson did take a couple liberties, not a bunch of them. It was very, very video game accurate, except one thing he changed super hard, and it was Kano. In Mortal Kombat's original lore,
Yes.
Kano was a Japanese man.
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Yeah,
So
yeah,
he
yeah.
asked the Australian guy.
Yeah.
I can't
To
remember
play
his
an
name.
English
Wasn't
guy.
badass enough.
To play an English guy.
I wanted to
You-
see him rip a guy's heart out in the movie.
Well, but-
He
But-
did
but-
with
no,
Reptile,
no.
right?
No,
Yeah.
he didn't. That was Liu Kang fought Reptile in that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
thought it was
Anyway,
Kano.
so-
way too
So
easy.
the guy who the guy that they got to play, the Australian guy that they got to play Kano, became
Committed
so
yeah.
He was kind of
became-
cool. I
well,
thought.
he became so iconic that John what's his name
Ed Boon.
Ed Boon, thank you. Ed Boon actually changed the lore and made Kano Australian in the video game
Oh,
in the canon
really?
lore. Yes, because originally in the original lore for the original Mortal Kombat game, Kano is Japanese. They changed it and made him an Australian guy to match the movie because he became so iconic.
So iconic.
Yeah, he was.
Wow, I
good
didn't know
in
that.
role. Like a lot of them played their role very well. So
That guy deleted himself though, that actor.
Unfortunate, yeah,
unfortunately.
it was unfortunate, but yes,
He was
did.
also in another really good fucking film. He was in Deep Rising, which was a fucking super underrated horror movie. It was fucking hilarious. Really
I don't
good
think
film.
I don't think I ever saw that movie. I know
with
of it. I don't think I saw it.
Famke Janssen, the Bond chick from Goldeneye.
Who's probably most famous for playing Jean Grey in the early X-Men movies.
Yeah,
hmm
but
In
the other
2000 yeah.
Paul, when we're talking about stupid, overpowered female characters in films that Paul Anderson did, is if you remember, oh god, Alien versus Predator, where you've got the female guide, like the strong black
like
independent
that too.
woman, who leads them on the expedition to get to that underground pyramid.
Yeah, but
And-
like there was a female who got adopted by predators in the comics, though, wasn't there? She was Japanese. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
she was the
I own
Japanese
that
chick in
comic.
Alien versus
Yeah.
Predator, but yeah, she
pretty
wasn't
good.
she wasn't quite like this. Like the Predators kind of saved her ass a good few times,
Yeah, but
and
she got
she got given the scar to welcome into the clan.
Well, yeah, but like in the comic book, the Japanese chick, I cannot remember her name, but like she like is able to like solo xenomorph. She gets a plasma caster and a mask and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wasn't she like a fighter to begin with though?
Well, yeah, sure. I see what you're saying. Like that the strong black archaeologist rock climbing lady is
Yeah.
suddenly able to kill xenomorphs. I get it. Like I'm with you. But
So-
And also like she was carrying a gun, and the Predator's like, oh, I'm just not gonna read you as a threat, like even though
So-
you've got like the weaponry on you.
So y'all
Right.
are doing a good job with Alien and Predator, but the video game movie that would trounce all of that and have a hot chick is Metroid, because Samus is banging, dude. I mean, that would be an awesome movie. I don't know why they haven't made it.
Mhm.
Nintendo.
Metroid the movie.
Metroid.
Nintendo, like, I can't remember what studio did the Mario movie, but they would have to do it. They would have to, if they want to do Metroid justice, it would need to be an animated movie.
Yeah.
Probably done by the same studio that did the recent animated Mario movie.
Oh no, it's got to be a real chick, someone with a nice rack, dude. Don't tell me that.
But you
You'd
can
upset
get a
me.
real, you can get
No,
a real,
Anson.
you can get a real actress and then like scan her into like actually do
Like
like
what they did with Alita. They took that chick in Alita and like scanned her face and then like CGI'd it afterwards.
But yeah, no, I think if you want to do any Nintendo property, I don't think will transition well to live action. If you want to make movies out of Nintendo stuff, you have to do it with CGI. And I think that Metroid would lend itself well to a CGI movie. So it's possible, but I don't think Nintendo will ever pull the trigger on that. Because it would cost a lot of money and it might flop.
Why couldn't you?
Well,
do
they're
live
building
action
they're
with
building
Metroid?
a Nintendo expanded universe, so they're definitely going to make it.
With Mario and stuff. Yeah, it has to be done at
Yeah.
this point because they're going to do the Marvel run, right? So they're going
And
to
they're making like they're doing the unless they've already done it, the theme park, the Nintendo World theme park. That's meant to rival Disney World.
But yeah, I
Wait,
don't know
where
why I
Universal
didn't-
Studios, I assume?
It's gonna be Nintendo's own. It's not gonna be at
Oh.
another place. It's not gonna be at Universal. It's gonna be their own park.
Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't know that.
So that's why they're going into building the expanded universe of Nintendo films, because that's gonna like.
So a little off topic, but Wally was bringing them out when we were talking about the subjects earlier, so I didn't bring these guys out. But I got like the
Xenomorph.
alien
It's the
toys.
queen.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
She's got that tail whipping action too.
Wait, do that again?
Oh, there you go. Tail whipping action.
Bro, that's
Then,
so
like, the
90s.
mouth actually like comes out too. Like it doesn't come out very easy anymore. Like because it never really did. You like it's air
Yeah.
pressured, so it just goes. And then
Dude,
nice.
here you go. And then it's got
Nice.
the gorilla gripping action.
dude, it's so
Dude, that's
fucking
epic.
old.
Dude,
Yeah.
90s toys were the
Then,
best, bro.
They were. They
There
were.
you go, the bull alien, and then
Oh,
Dude.
nice.
I remember all those on TV.
Yeah.
I remember the advertisements for those.
Oh, dude, they're like the coolest toys that ever came out back then.
Dude, I have all my toys over there in my mom's house, bro. Unless she threw them out, I don't know. But I had
got, like,
Akuma and
hopefully
Mega Man,
not,
and
bro.
hopefully not.
Will.
I gave
Yeah.
a bunch to my
Gotta put
my
that
niece
shit in
and
a
nephew,
shelf,
but,
bro.
like,
I got to do that. Yeah, you're right. All the old school toys. I used to collect the Batman animated series action figures. I had a whole bunch of them.
nice.
The
I had-
blue
That
one,
was-
the white one, and all that shit.
Dude, I
That
got
was
like,
the most accurate adaptation of Batman.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%, dude.
I got the Tetradome still, the sewer base for like Ninja
Well,
Turtles and all that.
I've actually been
Dude.
watching that recently, and it is a very good adaptation. The only thing that's not like super accurate is that like and it was good, but that early Batman the animated series, like Batman got his ass kicked all
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's
Not-
the
not
point,
even- not-
because
no,
he
no,
has
no,
gadgets and stuff.
No, but no,
like-
except that he's the best martial artist in the world, and he gets beat up by henchmen, regular henchmen.
But if you
Well, they got to
if
make
you
it
look at
exciting,
though,
right?
if you look at the art style of it, right, it actually comes back from like if you look at the old school pre Comics Code Authority comics of the Batman, like at the very start. And in those earlier comics, Batman did get his ass handed to him a lot. Like,
Oh, yeah. You're talking about when Bill Finger was
well,
was in
yeah.
charge.
but- So
Like
if you
badass-
look back then, in like
carried a gun and shot people.
the 1940s, yeah, because this is what pissed me off.
Yep.
Like when you got like gatekeepers or
It's the most
so-called
accurate
wannabe
Batman,
gatekeepers,
bro.
when they looked at
amazing show.
when they watched Man of Steel, right? They were like, "Oh, but he killed somebody at the end." Like Superman fucking killed people all the time in the original comics before Comics
Yeah.
Code Authority came in.
Well, I
and
did
said, "You're
feel
not allowed
like
to do this."
I felt like that next season, the Batman and Robin. Remember when Nightwing was there and everything like that? I felt
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he
yeah.
got his ass kicked a lot less in that
Yeah.
second
Well,
portion
yeah,
of the series.
they changed the art style to make it fit more with Superman the animated
Yes.
series, and they needed him to
Yeah.
be. Yeah, they needed him to hang a
No,
little
but
bit
this
better.
style was the best, dude. This was like it.
And
was its
Justice
own
League,
thing.
the
The
Justice
Justice
League
League,
animated
bro.
series.
Oh, that
Now,
was so
here's
good.
The thing. Justice League Batman
Yeah.
is so overpowered. Like
Yeah,
compared
he
to
is.
like it's funny. I'm supposed to
Well,
believe
he has to be. He has to be because he's.
I know he does. But like
Yeah.
I'm supposed to believe that the same guy who
Yep.
got beat up all the time by regular henchmen
Is
can
now taking on gods.
can now solo 10 alien soldiers by himself.
And dodging
Yeah.
Darkseid's fucking Omega beams and shit.
Well,
Yes,
don't-
that's the same
don't-
Batman.
No, that's
Don't-
Batman.
don't-
That is canon. I disavow. That's
Yeah, but
canon.
that-
Don't
but
forget,
that
though,
also
they did
happened.
admit
That
they
also
admitted
happened
it
in
was
the
a
Justice
different
League.
universe.
No, it's
No,
the
they
same-
didn't. No, it's the same
They
universe.
did. They admitted it. That's what because they said that like that's why the art style was different, and that's why some of the earlier storylines when they crossed over with certain characters that were later on in the Justice League one, they were saying like, oh, but why didn't they pick up on the earlier encounter? And they were like, oh, well, this is like a fresh story that's not related to the others,
No,
which
that's
is
not-
why they changed the art style of Batman. He's got a different suit, like
No,
you know.
for- all the Bruce Timm shows share a universe.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought because
Batman-
it was
no,
supposed to
that's
be.
that's literally what Bruce Timm himself said. Batman the animated series, Superman the animated series, Batman Beyond, Justice League Unlimited are all one shared continuity.
One stuff, yeah.
So
By
then,
the way,
why did those crossovers not get expounded upon in Justice League? Then why didn't they explain
What
like, look, you already met these characters?
I mean, it's the
for
writing.
instance-
but-
no, but for instance, whenever Zatanna shows up in Justice League, they make direct reference
to that
the-
episode.
to the
that she
episode
trained
of
him.
Batman
Yeah.
the animated series that he trained with her dad.
Yeah, that was true. I
Oh
remember
yeah,
that
but
episode.
that was like known from comic book lore, though.
No,
yeah, but it happened in the
Yeah,
animated
except
series
that's
too,
not
Damon.
true. In the comic book lore, he did not train with Zatara. That never happened in the comic books. They might have retconned that in.
Oh
recent-
shit, no, he trained with Oh fuck, I forget who now. But
Ra's
yeah,
al
no,
Ghul?
you're right, you're right. No, there was
Yeah,
Ra's al Ghul, but then there was also the other guy with a French name, Ducard, who was meant to be the Shadow later on. And they said that the Shadow actually assumed the form of Ducard. Because have you seen the Batman Shadow crossover?
No,
I haven't. But by the way, guys, do you guys remember the Spider-Man animated series did Spider-Man ever punch anyone? I think they did. I don't remember.
he would throw punches, but you'd never see the punches land. What would happen is he would throw a punch at the camera or at an angle, and then the screen would flash a color, so you'd never see the punches land.
Really?
I
never
think-
noticed that as a
I
kid.
don't think that is like because they didn't want to show it. I think it's because it's more enjoyable to watch. Like it's easier to animate that. You know what I mean?
I think you saw him hitting robots because remember there was that guy who created all of the the spider hunters.
Alistair Smythe.
Alistair Smythe,
Alistair
yeah.
Smythe,
I think
yeah,
you see him
Alistair.
smashing up robots, but I don't remember if you see him smashing up
Oh,
people.
you might be right. They were worried about like encouraging like kids going out and mimicking like fighting people and stuff,
Oh yeah.
which kind of sucks and is lame. Kind of a little, limp-wristed, but I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't like it because they like want men to like stand up for women, but yet they want men to be women, and I don't know. It's so weird.
Spider-Man couldn't punch anyone. Wow, I never noticed that in the fucking cartoon. I seriously went past my head. I gotta
But then
rewatch
we
it.
grew up like with shit like fucking He-Man and G.I. Joe and shit, where everyone was just like fucking murdering people.
No.
Well, I didn't grow up with that.
Nobody died in G.I. Joe.
Nobody
They
died in
always
He-Man either.
lived.
Nobody ever died in He-Man, and you never saw He-Man
Yeah.
one with his sword.
No,
Nobody
but
ever died.
you see Man at Arms and everyone else like laser guns shooting at people. You
Yeah.
probably don't see it, but you
And
know
they
that
go,
people.
and they fall
This
to the
was
ground,
like-
and they're back the next episode.
But don't forget, this is what originally happened in comics, right? This is what happened in comics before the Comics Code Authority got brought in and said like, no, heroes aren't going to kill anyone anymore, right?
Right.
And back then, it's like you wouldn't always explicitly see heroes killing people, but you would see Superman just pick up a car with a bunch of robbers in it, and he would throw it over a fucking mountain. He would like literally just like
yeah, but they lived.
yeet the fucking car like 100
they
miles
lived.
into the sky, and
But
you're
they
like,
lived.
what's going to happen to them? It's like
Well,
obviously.
dude, I know it's a little kid show, but you never watch Pokemon? Like James and Jesse, they get shot off into the sky all the time. They come back to another episode.
That's true. They
Yeah,
come
but,
back the very next
this is-
episode. How did they survive that?
But do you know
Ash
what's
is
also
always
funny?
crying because Pikachu might die, but
Well, like there was one episode where Superman just like backhands somebody after they emptied a machine gun into him, and
Oh,
he
yeah.
just smiles, And like Lois is like scared, like, "Oh my god, are you safe?" And he's like, "Of course, I've got bullet-resistant skin." And he's like, and he just goes like, "Unlike these punks," and he just like backhands a dude through a fucking building. You see like just a hole in the building, and it's like you never see them afterwards. You don't see like this kind of like stain of human pudding, but you know that they didn't survive that shit.
Well,
And
dude,
Batman
it
did the
doesn't
same.
even
Like,
they wouldn't even go through the building. They would just turn into mush. If he's hitting them with that much force, they would
Yeah,
just
yeah,
turn
exactly.
into mush.
Like,
Well,
you ever
like,
seen
there
The
was- I
Boys?
remember, like-
Remember that scene in The Boys where he
Yeah,
smacks the dude and he
yeah.
fucking turns into mush right there? He doesn't even go through the building.
Exactly.
But don't
exactly.
forget though, like if you look at the boys, Ennis doesn't fucking like heroes, right? Earlier on we mentioned V for Vendetta, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at Alan Moore, who also did The Watchmen, like Alan Moore does not like capes.
Yeah, he
He's
doesn't.
always admitted he loved when he first got
Alan Moore
involved
hates
in comics,
everything.
he loved superheroes. He loved superheroes when he first started off in comics, but the more he got used to the industry, partly because of the executives and how they handled intellectual properties, but mainly because of how he saw the public kind of being inspired by them in a way that he thought was problematic. He fucking hates heroes. He hates the hero archetype. Partly because I think he became like a liberal pussy.
Sure.
And he wanted, when he wrote The Watchmen, for example, Rorschach was supposed to be a character that you vehemently despise.
He became the most popular character in the book.
And he became the
time.
most and he hated that Rorschach became popular, which is why when it got adapted into a movie, even though I'm not sure how much say he had in it.
None, zero.
He had zero.
was-
Even with Vendetta,
Yeah.
he had no say.
Oh, right. So the thing is that he was friends with I think at the time he was friends with Snyder. I think. So respectfully, when the film was being made, they tried to make it a point that when Rorschach first gets captured by the police, he's supposed to be humiliated when his mask is removed. And
Right.
they made a reference where like they had to bring in that line where they said, "Oh, he stinks like shit," right? Because you're supposed to think he's this subhuman piece of trash.
Right.
And at the end, he's the only guy that rejects this idea of the foundations on which they built the utopia, right? Oh, we've got now a lasting peace. And he's like, but it's built on a lie and millions of dead bodies.
Never compromise, even in the face of Armageddon.
Exactly. So you have this problem, which is kind of like, okay, it's slightly different, but it's kind of like this rejection of like the noble lie, right? So in a way, I mean, I know it's not exactly the same, but if you look at Plato's noble lie in the Republic, it's like, is it okay to achieve like an ethically sound outcome if the way you've done it is through a lie? Like you're being dishonest, right? Now, fair enough, in The Watchmen, millions of people died to build that lie. But
Right.
you still like Ozymandias says, like millions died to save billions, right?
I think that's what Marxism tries to do all the time, right? Like,
Well,
who cares
the
about
problem with
millions of
Marxism
people
is that you
die?
never.
If we bring in our utopia, we can just rewrite
Yeah, but the
history
problem
later.
with Marxism, which is why I don't think it's okay to compare it to Marxism, but I think Alan Moore does think it's okay, is that at least in The Watchmen, you have the happy ending. Marxism, millions are going to die, but you're still not going to save the billions. They're going to fucking die too.
Yeah, it doesn't
And
work
you're
in
never
real
gonna
life.
actually have the utopia because it never works.
Yeah.
No, Damon, it just wasn't done right. You don't understand. Next
Yeah.
Oh
time,
yeah,
you get
we
it
didn't
right.
try it right
That
these
wasn't
last
true
50
I'm
times.
pretty sure Alan
Well, that's
Moore
why we
is a
need-
Marxist.
That's why we need Bernie as president, bro. He's got to do it right this time.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's gonna be-
exactly.
You got to tune in.
Shout out
man.
to Fatty,
Just
bro.
listen to the arguments, man. He'll show you, man. He'll
Yeah.
show you the way.
Well, it's like
Do you know
the
the
thing
way?
is that if you ever want to defeat somebody in an argument about any form of like socialism, communism, or Marxism, any kind of ideology like that, you just say to them, at what point is it okay for us, after how many hundreds of millions or billions of people that we've killed, at what point do we say, let's just fucking stop trying now? You've tried it enough times, so I think we need to just draw a line under it. Like, just fucking forget it. Like,
Man, you're such a quitter, Damon, man. Like,
Mama
you're
raised a
such an
quitter
asshole,
over here.
man. Like, well, the thing is, man, is like, I don't think they ever will, because the second you give up on these bizarre secular utopias, like, you kind of get hit with the reality of like nihilism and like, what's the point of it all? And it just goes down this dark path, and so they have to have this dream of
yeah, well,
like,
just ask them, like, are you willing to accept that millions of people might have to die to save billions? And if they say yes, then just say to them, okay, can you volunteer to be one of the millions that dies, please?
It'd be a better place right here.
they
Right?
believe they are the chosen ones that will get to live, though, and the
Yeah, see,
rest
that's
are
the convenient
expendable.
thing about it, isn't it? That's the convenient thing.
Oh,
I
I'm
will be the
aware.
good leader.
Yes,
And the sad thing
exactly.
is that you can agree. You can say to them, okay, look, maybe you know the person. It's like, okay, I agree. I think you would be a good leader. But under your own policy and under this ideology, you're breeding a system where you're going to have a guy who's a piece of shit standing behind you who's going to kill you. And he's going to want to seize your place. Because if you're the benevolent guy, you're going to be trusting. And this is how these people
Yeah.
succeed. It's by getting rid of the benevolent leader and supplanting them, and they're going to be the person there.
Yeah, he's got it.
That's a great one. The Killing Joke.
The
man.
Killing Joke, yeah.
Yeah.
Alan Moore.
So good.
Yep. And I guess
The
Moore
thing that
did
sucked
hate
about that
Batgirl.
story, the thing that sucked about that story is how many people missed out the actual reveal at the end because they didn't fucking get it.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Like,
because
if you look
it
at
was
the
always
last couple of
debated.
pages,
Yeah.
the beam of light on the reflected in the water, people didn't understand that and what it fucking meant.
Yeah, that to walk over the beam, right? The beam of light
Yeah.
and that. Yeah, I remember that part. Oh shit.
Are you talking about the whole thing where Batman actually killed the Joker?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure we're on the
People
same
like,
page.
oh yeah, like they had a joke at the end. It's like, no, he fucking killed him. It's like,
He
no, he didn't.
strangled him. He reached out and strangled him, yeah.
Yeah, and they were
Mhm.
like, oh, but you don't see him die. It's like, that's what the fucking light symbolized.
Yeah.
But
No
the
kidding.
story is
Great
canon
artwork.
and the Joker can't die because they need him for future stories.
Yeah. That's why
Because
it was
after the Killing Joke, Barbara became Oracle, so
yeah.
Yeah,
That's sweet,
that
man.
was the stupidest thing. Comics, like, comics started dying when they decided to bring a time into comics. Comics are supposed to be timeless. The minute they bring time in and they started trying to age out characters
Yeah.
and like retire
It's got to be
characters,
like The Simpsons, where the kids are kids for like 30 years.
Forever.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because these are archetypes, right? It's not these actual characters. They're like representing these ideas that we
Yeah.
have for people and all that. Yeah.
And the reason why they did that, the reason why they're like, oh no, we're going to age them out. We're going to age Superman out. We're going to retire Superman.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now you've got like John, who's like the new Superman. The
Mhm.
whole reason of them wanting to do that, the reason why the executives wanted to do that was the most insidious reason ever. Like how they've wanted to replace Peter Parker as Spider-Man for like 30 years now.
Ben Riley.
And the only-
Yeah. Bunch of
They
replacements.
tried with Ben Riley. They
Ben
tried with
Riley
Miles
was literally
Morales.
a clone of Peter Parker, though. So
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but he was a totally different personality.
But the reason
Uh,
why they wanted to do it was so that they don't have to pay royalties anymore.
Is Wally's stream still running?
Yeah, it's still running.
Oh,
He-
okay.
he's simul streaming with this stream. So once it ends, it'll end on his end as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But King
they
Blackout,
wanted
get
to-
your ass over to Project VO Pod, sir.
Yeah, he's
They
over
wanted
there.
to they wanted to replace Clark Kent with Jonathan and
Yeah.
make Jonathan the new Superman so that they could finally say Superman is gay now.
Yeah, that was horrible. That was horrible, bro.
Yeah, but
they
they-
even made Tim Drake bisexual, right, or something like that.
yeah, they turned around and made Tim Drake bisexual.
Yeah.
Ah,
they
so
did.
stupid, dude.
And
I
they
agree.
keep trying to make Grayson gay as well. Have you noticed that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, they always put him
No.
in like weird sexual positions in the comic books.
Yeah.
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 Well, look, I'm
And
just saying.
let's
if
not forget
Harley
DC
Quinn had-
Pride.
I'm saying if Harley Quinn had
Yo,
me tied
I
to a
shared
bed, I
all
wouldn't
that
fight
stuff
it.
in your Discord, by the way, Jake, and DMs.
Okay.
Sorry,
I'll look for it right
that
now.
was Palpatine.
What happened? What?
I was showing some of the woke crap in DMs with Jake earlier.
Oh,
like the Superman's cape having the rainbow flag on the inside of it now.
What?
Not that one.
No fucking way, bro. Really?
Yeah, like
Dude,
pull up
Google
on
it.
screen,
Did you not see?
No.
You don't see Superman's Asian boyfriend with pink hair?
Yeah.
You should pull some of
Damon,
this
I
up
feel
on
like I need to
screen,
punch
Jake,
you
man.
right now.
Dude.
I'm
Like,
sorry,
look at
dude.
that, man. New stories, fan favorite characters, and more
Oh,
pride than
fuck's
ever
sakes,
before.
no,
These aren't
bro.
jokes. These are real things. Like,
Yeah,
Dude.
they're
Who
going
can we?
like,
Who
scenes
can?
from the comic.
Who
They're
can
gonna
we
start-
slap?
it's
Who needs to be
Systematic
slapped?
racism, bro.
So
That's
here,
so
I'll read this for you guys. See, you can shoot Joker in the face, but it's much harder to shoot issues like homophobia or systematic racism.
Oh, what the fuck?
Dude.
Bro,
This is from
That's
the
so
actual comic book.
horrible.
This is
Bro,
Yes.
crap.
This is legit.
Who do we need to go slap? Just tell me who needs to be slapped.
So here's
He's
something
already
that
trying to walk a lot of this back. So like, you know,
Yeah.
2 years on, and they're trying to like, okay, we're
Bro.
sorry.
That's issue 1.
don't
Yeah.
forget.
More
Don't
issues.
forget also
Bro.
looking at Marvel. Did you see what if Miles Morales was Thor?
Yeah, I saw it.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
But
Yeah.
there's also
So
he gay?
you've got
The
you've
fuck,
got a
bro?
ghetto Viking god, right? You've got
What the
Miles
fuck,
Morales
bro?
wearing fucking Converses and Asgardian armor, and
This is
obviously they make a
fucking-
comment about the Rainbow Bridge, right? Because
Of
now
course.
obviously
Oh,
it has to be
sakes,
gay,
no.
Dude.
Bro,
and
how could
the
they
whole
do
thing.
that?
All of the dialogue was supposed to be written for you to read it like it's a rap. Like it's rap lyrics. It's so fucking terrible. It's absolutely fucking terrible.
So there's one more, Jake, in the private chat of StreamYard.
Got it.
It's pretty good, man.
Hold on. I'm
You
gonna play it
guys
right
have
now.
never seen this
shit.
Reed Richards being a total Chad here. Like,
Hold up. Is this accurate, bro? Is this actually
yeah,
the
this
TV?
is from the show.
This is
man.
this is real?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me share it right now. Dude, this is so old. This
Bro,
is like
this
90s,
makes me so
bro.
mad, bro. This makes me. You guys are just triggering me right now. I
Okay, hold up.
feel like I need to fight someone.
Susan! Stop this nonsense at once! I'm in no mood to put up with your silly drivel!
What? You dare speak to me like that?
Light the balls.
I'm ordering you to be quiet! I've indulged your tantrums for years, but now is not the time for such games!
What?
That's hilarious, bro.
Sick of coddling you! Face it, you never could carry your weight in this girl! We all know that!
Yo.
That's a lie.
Yo.
Susan, I said, shut up! Silly, spineless.
Yo, Reed Richards, baby.
Yeah, dude.
Holy, here's
That
the
is
thing.
hilarious.
You go
Guys-
back- You can go back and look at like 50s and 60s, like Fantastic Four. I think, oh God, when did Fantastic Four
Guys-
start? They started in the 60s.
That's my favorite
Guys-
scene. Sorry.
Dude.
Let's just okay now be accurate nerds right now. Sue Storm is the strongest member on the Fantastic Four. Let's
She
just
literally,
be real.
she really is, yeah. In terms
She
of
is the
power.
fucking most powerful of all of
She
them.
is.
She
bro.
knows
Yeah.
her place in the marriage, Chris.
Yeah,
Doesn't
but that
matter,
was so
bro.
Hey,
Chad.
here's the funny
She
thing.
needs
You
to-
can go back.
That was
you can
so
go back and
Chad,
be like,
though.
She needs to be put down so she knows where her place is in the group.
No, he
okay?
did it
Doesn't matter.
perfectly because of how powerful she is. He fucked up her emotion. He
Yeah.
didn't need
Oh
to.
yeah, no,
to
he
face
knew
the
it.
power.
He couldn't beat her anyway. He's like,
No.
I have to go Superman chat on her.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Chad.
mad chat her.
You can go back and see like old like Fantastic Fours from the 60s where I mean he's not as mean as he is right there, but like she was in villainous mode, so whatever. But like where he'll straight up say that like he'll straight up just be all like, you know, just talk down to Sue because she's a woman and just like talk about that like
Shut up, woman.
things aren't her place, like it's not her place and things like that.
Yeah.
It's like based Reed Richards.
Well, dude, it's so
Yeah.
fucked up that now we see that and we're like, oh, that was so based. It's like, no, that was just like normal.
That was normal at the time.
We're just fucked up now.
Woman, you are being fucking hysterical. Shut up.
Yeah,
Shut up.
You know, I'll never forget. Like I
One
think it was
more
back
word.
in
Bam, zoom, straight to the moon.
I think it was back in '94. There was a comic that came out where they basically broke down how every single major character's powers works in Marvel, where they were basically trying to say like who's the most powerful in whichever kind of way it was, right? And they did like a scaling of everybody and explained like based on the so-called physics of the people's power, who was supposed to be the most powerful.
Yeah.
And everyone was pissed because they didn't show the results in a way where it was like, this is number one, this is number two, this is number three. It was just individual characters with individual stats. And somebody noticed that if you actually look at who the greatest threat is, it was fucking Jubilee.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She is like one of the greatest. Yeah,
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 Jubilee's
because
strong,
they
bro.
basically said the reason why she doesn't seem powerful is because she doesn't really understand how her power works. So she
Yeah.
just fires those sparkly fireworks. But apparently, those fireworks are atoms coming apart. And
Yeah.
if she knew how to use her power, like she could trigger a chain reaction to just undo the entire universe.
Yeah,
Dude,
but in all fairness, wouldn't Rogue be more powerful because she could just steal?
Well,
Jubilee's
dude, I
power?
actually
No,
wanted to
she-
get to
no.
this, Fani. Guess what? I actually saw like a couple of days ago. So Rogue, actually, there was an instance where she grabbed Hulk because
Yeah.
she's absorbed the power of She-Hulk before, right? But she
Yeah.
only had like a little bit, bro. I think a couple of seconds. She grabbed Hulk, and she only then realized as soon as she grabbed him, Bruce told her, "Don't do this. You're gonna die." And as soon as she dropped off, the Hulk's rage is so great that she almost completely lost control just by touching him a couple of seconds. If she was to absorb Hulk's power, she would lose her mind. That's why it's so cool with Hulk, because it's his rage that makes him strong. But
But do you
his
see how they
rage is
fucked up
so
Hulk now?
powerful, he needs Bruce. Without Bruce, you're screwed.
Well,
You could, like-
historically in Marvel Comics, other than like the gods of the universe, other than like the existential beings like death and order and chaos and
Like the Celestials, yeah.
other
Yeah.
than those things, Silver Surfer has always been the most powerful character in Marvel by a
Yeah.
wide margin.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
A Silver Surfer can walk through any Marvel character within reason.
Yeah. Dude, I
He
mean,
literally
they,
can, like,
they
you
fight
can tell.
Thanos alone,
There was
bro.
one time he was dealing with the Hulk, and in order to stop the Hulk, he just literally pulled all the gamma radiation out of his body and turned it back into Banner. He didn't have to fight him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, the thing is with Silver Surfer, dude, he fought the fucking Anti-Monitor, didn't he?
Well, no, Anti-Monitor's DC Comics, but
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck, man.
Galactus, Galactus.
Man,
Galactus.
You're thinking of
Yeah,
Galactus.
yeah, yeah.
You're thinking of Galactus.
Well,
But
Galactus, created
Galactus isn't the
Silver
Prime,
Surfer.
though.
no, he fought somebody else, bro. He fought somebody else. It's not.
He fought the
you're right.
Gladiator. He's fought. He fought Thanos. He's fought.
Thanos?
No, man, he fought somebody above Thanos, bro. He even fought above Thanos' level.
You're talking about one of the Celestials, but I forget
Celestials?
the name.
Yeah. It was one of. That's why I said Anti-Monitor, but it's one of the Celestials. Yeah, no,
They
dude.
all
so-
the Celestials
dude,
have like funny names, so there
Yeah, but
probably
Silver
could be one
Surfer,
called the
dude.
Monitor. Yeah, no, Silver
Silver
Surfer
Surfer.
is ridiculously powerful.
Yeah. He's fought
Mar-
Sentry.
Yeah, easily Marvel's
Yeah.
most
Sentry.
powerful character.
yeah.
You think so? Really? Silver Surfer?
No, it's not that I think so. I know so. He just is.
Yeah, he
I mean,
is.
in the last, like, I've been kind of out of touch the last, like, 20 years, so maybe they've nerfed the shit out of him or made characters more powerful, but
Uh-huh.
when I
Well, they
was
growing-
made it.
like,
They made
dude-
it so that Galactus basically controls the power level to some degree because Galactus
'cause-
bestowed the power cosmic on him.
So,
Yeah,
okay,
well,
Surfer-
At one
but
point,
if you
though,
think,
Galactus
like, dude,
specifically
Silver
said that he
Surfer-
made a mistake with the Silver Surfer because he made it being so powerful he couldn't unmake it.
Yes.
Okay,
That's the
really
thing,
quick.
like-
Who's the strongest character in DC then?
Oh,
Superman.
Anti-Monitor.
It was confirmed after Doomsday Clock.
So then,
That's Superman
Superman
is.
versus Surfer. Who would you
Well,
take?
it
Palpatine?
was before it was before it was a tie between
There's
within the DC
Anti-Monitor.
Comics proper, as we understand it. It was supposed to be Darkseid,
Dark
but
Okay.
Yeah.
because he's supposed to exist in all universes,
In all realms, yeah, in all.
Yeah.
of them.
Or
and
the
whatever's canon in one realm or whatever is established as being canon in another universe
He remembers it all. and
applies
he
to
carries
him
that.
in all universes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that made him the most powerful. But then there was always the problem with Dr. Manhattan. The
Oh,
Dr.
yeah, that's
Manhattan
right.
is
Yes,
essentially
Dr.
God
Manhattan.
across all universes.
Yeah.
But
So
wait for this though. Swamp Thing, you would have to kill every single piece of plant life on Earth,
Yeah.
because on
And
in the
Dr. Manhattan
universe,
could just
because he can just regenerate anywhere.
Anywhere, yeah.
Yeah,
You could
but
never kill him.
Dr. Manhattan could do one of two things. Number one, he could just blink all of plant life out of existence.
That's
And
true.
number two, he could rewrite the rules of Swamp Thing's existence and be like, I'm gonna take you out of it, but I'll leave plant life existing.
Okay.
Because he's
How about
essentially
this?
God.
How about this? Anti-Flash. Anti-Flash can't die. He can't die.
Yeah, but
because he
but the
time
thing is
travels,
that
he's a paradox.
one?
He can
Which
never
one?
die.
Which
He's talking
Yeah,
about
so
Reverse
it's
Flash,
talking about-
right?
Reverse
But don't-
Flash, Reverse
Which one?
Flash.
Are you talking about Professor Zoom? Are you talking about
Eobard Thawne, right?
or
Yeah,
the
but-
Dark
but-
Rider, even if you want to look at the Dark Rider, you
Rider.
could
But then
consider him.
there's also Hunter Zolomon. Like there have been multiple Reverse Flashes.
But I think
Yeah, well,
Eobard
but
Thawne's the
Ian, so-
strongest, no?
Yeah, but the thing is because he's a paradox, right? Even if you kill him, he spawns in another point in history. He
Yeah,
can
so-
never
but
die.
the
The
thing with
only
Dr.
way he
Manhattan
dies
is
is
that
if you take out Flash. That's why he never
But-
kills Flash, because he can't. If he
So
kills Flash,
Dr.
he
Manhattan,
dies.
Dr. Manhattan, the whole idea behind him is that he exists in all times and all realities simultaneously. He has that godlike
Yes.
power. So if you
So,
look
yeah,
at the
Dr.
Watchmen, you
Manhattan's
see
more powerful than
him.
Silver Surfer.
So
Yeah,
then you would say Dr. Manhattan.
looks in the.
Dr.
But
Manhattan.
but don't forget though that if you read the last continuity of Doomsday Clock, the whole setup of the Doomsday Clock is that ultimately Dr. Manhattan revealed that there was a point in the future that he couldn't look beyond. And the problem with the
yeah.
original Watchmen film was that he said he couldn't see beyond a certain point, and we're supposed to believe that that was nuclear war, right? That
Mhm.
wiped everything out. And you're supposed to think, well, why would it have wiped out Dr. Manhattan? And you're supposed to think that, oh, it ended all of existence. Like this bomb basically destroyed all matter in the universe, everything, undid everything. And when you look at Doomsday Clock, the same thing was brought up, but Dr. Manhattan ultimately reveals that he saw his own death. He saw somebody hitting him basically and killing him instantaneously. And then you find
One
out that
Punch
it's
Man.
Superman.
Superman.
But
One
Superman
Punch Man.
exists in a different universe to Dr. Manhattan. And then we find out that Dr. Manhattan basically explains that Superman became so powerful that he punched, and this is DC Comics getting silly, Superman literally punched through reality into another reality, like broke reality and killed Dr. Manhattan.
He's done that.
So
That sounds
If
like
you're
One Punch
supposed
Man
to-
shit.
Yeah, that
One
does.
Punch Man, bro.
Yeah. One Punch
but the
Man.
way they explain it in the comics, they try to explain it in a way that sounds reasonable, but it almost like it went to like a pre-crisis ridiculousness of the
Sure.
multi-universe.
Yeah, sure. It
Superboy
always does.
Prime did something similar in Infinite Crisis. He punches through a dimensional
The Force
in order
wall.
in order to release himself and Earth 1 or Earth 2 Superman. And I like the Infinite Crisis storyline, but
Yeah, Infinite Crisis was dope, dude.
Yeah.
Superboy Prime, but it gave us Superboy Prime, and I hate Superboy Prime. I hate him. He's such a whiny little bitch baby girl of a character. I fucking hate him.
Problem was that
Yeah.
post-crisis fucked up Superman's abilities in so many ways, like with regards to power scaling and explanation of the power.
Superman
Like,
was lying, bro. Here, he admitted in comics Kara was stronger. It's a lie.
I don't
Yeah,
remember him.
He was
New
trying to be
52.
politically correct.
I don't remember
New
him ever
52.
saying that in a comic book.
That was
New
work.
52
I-
tried
I-
to do that because if you read New 52, they tried to explain that Supergirl is way more powerful than Superman.
Apparently,
It's so
yeah.
fucking dumb.
But that's
Stupid.
that's
But then
fucking
that-
woke propaganda. That's Kamala shit right there.
Yeah,
They undid the New 52 though. So
yeah.
Well, Jake and I
It's not
spoke
canon.
about this. We were saying like, don't forget like the problem that happened post 90s in comics, but it happened earlier, I think, in film, was that the creative heads basically decided that it's not down to the fans or the readers or whoever to decide what's popular. It was down to them to tell the fans and the readers what's popular.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
Well,
didn't
that's
work.
the same thing with Wolverine, right? He used to have the heating ability, and then the fans said no, and then they took it away.
yeah. Like everybody thought, like, oh, Bone Claws is so cool, but at the same time,
It's
we
not
love
that
that
cool.
he's got adamantium and he can cut through everything.
That's way
Like,
cooler.
Way
yeah.
better.
So
Way
imagine you give Wolverine Bone Claws. Let's see you go up against the Sentinel now. What the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah, he's out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, but he can heal himself so much better. The adamantium reduces his healing
Reduces it.
powers because
Yeah.
that comes from his bones. Well, how about you give him a power that doesn't make him fucked up? Like,
Yeah.
just do that. Don't forget that, like, there was a timeline where Superman became immune to the effects of kryptonite. He built
Yeah.
up an immunity to it, and kryptonite doesn't kill him anymore. Because people are like, oh, we'll just shoot him with a
Oh
kryptonite
shit!
bullet.
Was he doing that crystal, Damon? Was he hitting that crystal
what
too
was
hard?
that?
Built up the
Crystal.
tolerance,
What
bro.
was that?
You
What
built
was
up
that?
the tolerance.
What was that?
Superman going down to the club and he's snorting kryptocaine. He's like, just kill
It's Superman, but instead of Clark Kent, he's Jesse Pinkman, bro.
Well, I can't remember what that storyline was called, but I know the one you're talking about. The one that's
Yeah,
set in
but
the
then-
future. It came out in like the late '90s. Like, oh fuck, what was it called? Earth, Kingdom Come.
Kingdom Come, yeah.
Oh, okay.
In Kingdom Come, Luthor reveals that kryptonite doesn't work on him anymore. That he spent so many
Yeah.
because this is like Clark when he's like almost 60. He's like
Yeah.
50,
When he's out in the fields pulling fucking a whole plow through a field on his own, is like
he's
fucking
like
telling the whole
50.
field.
Yeah, he's like 50,
And-
55,
and
like
also
that, and
they-
he spent so many years under a yellow sun that it basically did away with his weakness to kryptonite. It doesn't work on him
Yeah,
anymore.
but still, for some reason, he's got the Reed Richards silver hair sideburns.
Yeah, he
going.
does.
Yeah.
It's like, why the fuck would he age? We already established pre-crisis that Superman doesn't age. Like,
Well, because this is the future of post-crisis, and post-crisis was
well, yeah,
Yeah.
but don't forget that at the same time, like they did continue in quite a few post-crisis properties. They put forward the notion that he's not going to age, and you even had Smallville at the time, the TV series, which established that he's never going to die. He's immortal.
Yeah.
yeah, but
He's
his,
Because there was that
immortal
kid
while
who
he's on
touched him and
Earth.
read his future, and he was like, "You've got no end. There's no death." Like, do you remember the kid who used to touch people and he could see how they're going to die? And he
Yeah.
basically tells Clark, "You never die. You just carry
well,
on."
they
That's crazy.
I can't
bro.
tell. I think it was probably a visual choice to try to show that this was an older, more mature Clark. But within the DC continuity, like DC 1 million was a thing, and Clark is still alive, living in the sun, and he's literally gone.
Villain.
Yeah, they also did that in All Star Superman, where he basically is in the sun, keeping it function. Like, do you remember that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah,
Like, Superman shoots him.
I didn't like All Star Superman that much.
Now, All Star Superman had a good concept, and I loved how they showed that Lex Luthor has got such a genius intellect that he realizes that he's fucking wrong. But he
Yes.
realizes it too late, and he's like, he can't believe what he did to Superman. It's so fucked up. But there was also, did you read that? I can't remember which one it was now, but it was where Luthor finds out that he's related to Superman.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember that one.
How is he related to Superman? How?
It's
No,
It's so fucked up because apparently it's
Related
got
to his adoptive parents? Or
Yeah, there you go. It was
related to
through
his
adoption,
parents?
right?
Yeah.
You know,
on
it
Earth.
wasn't. It was actually to the Kryptonians. I think it was that
No
it was a
way.
paradox with time travel where Luthor basically becomes like Elon and goes out and colonizes space and shit, and he
He is
basically
pretty much
ends
Elon.
up fathering. He ends up fathering somebody who's such a genius intellect that they discover time travel, and they go, I think, back in time, and then they end up encountering the Kryptonian scientists. And part of the reason why Krypton was a society built on science was because of that Luthor who established science as such a important thing.
That
for them
is
to
Another
strive for.
Luther establishing
storyline.
shit.
Yeah,
Another Luther
it's,
establishing shit, you know.
it fucks something up. It's like, and all I think they even said they tied it to the fact that like why his name is like LL, and like in
LL.
you find out that the House of L was to do with Luther because like the LL, so it's the
That
House
is-
of L.
Oh, okay. That's how they tie it in.
That is an incredibly stupid sounding storyline, and I hope
Yeah.
It is.
canon.
I remember
fuck
reading it,
that
and I was like,
storyline.
"What the fuck?" It was
Really?
done
Yeah, fuck
really
that
well,
storyline.
but it's
No, Kal-El, no, they're ruining Kal-El, fucking the whole name and everything, bro. No,
I kind of like this, man.
Have you
no.
seen the
So dumb,
Rebirth
it
one?
works.
Have you? I think it's Rebirth. It's the current. No, it's absolute Superman. Have you seen
Oh,
that?
that's the new one. Yeah, I haven't
But
read
doesn't
that
that
at all.
sound so Lex Luthor, like doing some sort of troll crap where it's like, yeah, I'm your great grandfather or something?
I think
like,
it
I'm my own
fucked
grandfather.
in the story. In the story, it fucked more with Luthor than it did with Superman. Because I'm not even sure that Superman found out. I think it was Luthor who found out. So
Well,
it
I
kind
don't
of
know.
like
I've
Lex's
heard
dirty little secret.
I've heard that Absolute Superman and Absolute Batman are actually pretty badass.
I've heard
They
about
are.
that too. I heard they're really good
they're
stories.
fucking amazing. They changed the complete origin story. They changed everything. The
Yeah,
whole origin story
fucking
gets
Batman
changed.
4 now.
It sounds like Philip J. Fry, man.
But it's also
Wait, then how am I still alive? My grandpa
No,
died.
your own
You're your own
grandfather,
grandpa,
yeah.
you moron. Like,
Yeah.
Shout out to
Dude,
Futurama,
dude,
man.
when-
Shout out to
Yeah.
Futurama, dude.
Yeah,
and it was
when
all
he
Nibbler's fault.
Look at her.
When
Yeah,
he turns
Nibbler,
around,
bro.
yes,
Hey, dude, Futurama was the best, bro.
When
We
he
we
turns
only have
around-
Rick and Morty because of Futurama, man.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Hey,
Way
dude,
better than
I-
Simpsons.
when Fry
Way
turns
better.
around and she does the whole like, I can't hear you, dearie. She's got her,
Yeah.
He's wearing the
Yeah,
glasses and
exactly.
she's got
That
her
was
hair up and he
great.
really is his grandma. And he's
She's freaking
Guys,
kidding
guys,
me.
so
Of course
seriously?
it's grandma. It's like, why is she doing this stuff? She's like the same age as Fry.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, so good.
and the way he
But the most
screamed
fucked
was
up
so
thing
good.
is that like if you grew up with like Bambi, seeing Bambi's mum get shot, or Lion
In, like,
King,
the
seeing
first 2
Mufasa
minutes.
die,
Yeah,
but like Mufasa dying, anything, any of the like most hardcore, deep, moving movies, like the end
Yeah.
of Gladiator, Schindler's List, whatever the fuck, you can watch all that shit. And if you could be the most cold, stone-hearted person ever, but that dog waiting for Fry will fucking break you.
Oh, I
Well,
know.
bro,
Dude,
that's the
yeah,
story,
Fry's dog,
dude.
bro.
That's the
I
story
hate
of the
song that
Japanese,
plays for it,
Yeah,
too.
the Japanese guy, bro.
the Japanese guy. Yeah, with the dog
Yeah.
waiting for
Well,
dude, which
here's
is
the
Fry's
thing,
dog
that-
waiting till the day that he dies.
Died,
bro,
yeah,
for
exactly.
Fry.
Well, and like the thing that I like, I actually really hate that episode specifically because like Fry could have got him back, and then
Yeah.
you're like, no, he lived a whole full life. He
Yeah,
doesn't need
Jurassic
me.
Park.
Yeah,
And then-
yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
And then you find out, no, he didn't. He literally died in misery, waiting for you to
Yeah.
come back. And it's just like, why did you
Yeah,
do
dude.
this?
Hey,
reminds
shout
me-
out to
Oh,
Robert
dude,
for
it's getting
naming
the
the
hairs
episode.
on the back of my head, like standing up, man. Like, it's so weird because it's such a jokey, silly, goofy like cartoon.
No, but that they
And then
every now and then
bam!
they had like those dark episodes. That
Oh
they
yeah,
threw
Yeah,
I know.
in
they
a
did.
It was
season.
good. It was good. It was like one of the most moving episodes.
But that's
It's
what I'm saying,
so
dude.
weird.
Even the structure of how the show is written is very much, you can see like how much Rick and Morty took from that. Also having some of these like really dark episodes with a dark ending, mixed in with the humor. A lot of what Futurama broke ground on is what became the foundations for Rick and Morty.
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah,
The,
like,
the
I think
sci-fi
it's
stuff.
still way better than Rick and Morty, in my opinion. But
Well, it's
I like
way
a
better than the
different kind of
Simpsons.
darkness. I hate emotional darkness that makes you like feel bad like that. That's fucked. But other darkness, I'm all cool with. I still think the best dark ending in any animated thing has to be like, I made you eat your parents.
yeah. Scott Pennerman must
South Park.
die.
Yeah.
How does my chili taste, Scott?
Yeah.
And
How did- just
how
make
did-
the tenement today.
Years, yeah.
how did Cartman not go to prison for
Dude,
that?
but how dark is it that Scott Tenorman's dad is Cartman's dad?
Yeah, no shit,
his
right?
own dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that comes out later on in the next season or 2 seasons.
that's a retcon because Mrs. Cartman is supposed to be a hermaphrodite.
The father.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's the joke in the show, right? That
I was
Cartman's
gonna
mom
say
is
like
his...
what I don't know what you're talking about with that. Like his
No,
mom
no.
is his dad.
No, it's not, bro. That's a joke inside of South Park. Listen, bro, with South Park law, you do not want to challenge me, bro. So no, dude, that's the joke within it, is that Cartman's mom is his dad, but it later comes out that it's Scott Tenorman's dad is Cartman's dad. That's why that
What?
yeah, it's
I gotta look this
yeah.
up. Man.
In the first season, they had the whole thing where they did the DNA test to figure out who's Cartman's dad, right?
I think it's
it
when they
season one
thought Chef
Who is
ends.
Cartman's
when they
dad?
thought Chef was Cartman's
Is it-
dad. When they thought it was Chef, and that's when I think they said, "Oh, she's a hermaphrodite."
Is it Chef?
Yeah.
Officer Bob Brady? Oh, the 1991 Denver Broncos.
Broncos, yeah. dude.
Yeah, dude. So that's how season one ends, and then season two starts with the
With that episode.
carrying on. Yeah,
Yeah.
that episode. Yeah,
Yeah.
The season one was the best. Season 1 and 5 of South Park.
Yeah.
I've got to call it an evening, boys. I have my IRL job in the morning, so
Go for it,
I
bro.
I gotta get up at fucking 5 a.m. So
Go for it,
Papa.
Palpatine. Thanks for popping in,
Take
bro.
care, buddy.
yep.
It was good
Take it easy,
chatting,
guys. It was
dude.
fun.
Yeah, be well, man.
Take it easy.
Well,
I probably
hopefully
got
do it
another, like,
again.
6 minutes.
Hopefully, do
before I
it
gotta get
again.
going.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we definitely need to do it again, man. Chris, you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
host it on your channel next time around, bro.
Oh no, dude! I don't do that. I don't host when I'm on panels on my thing. No, dude, fuck that. Why? This is your shit, bro.
Okay, well then I guess we're gonna host it here on Project Fuel Pod again then. That's
No,
fine with
dude,
me.
no, we'll do one. So Chase is here. Chase is my co-host on the Nerd Zone every week. He used to be like pro Magic player. Did high end collectible
You told me about him.
sales.
You told me about
Yeah.
him.
So no, we'll have you on our
Canadian.
show, but I never restream Verbal Combat or when it's just my whole thing. I don't like.
Gotcha.
It's just me. I don't like doing panels. Only time I'll restream is if I'm doing a debate.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, well, we gotta wind it down. Speaking of debate, I got one tomorrow on
Yeah, let's
Fatty's
go.
channel. It's gonna be Trump versus Bernie. He already sent me the thumbnail. So this is gonna
Dude,
be
he's got good thumbnails, bro.
He does. He does.
He hits the AI hard, bro.
Fuck yeah, dude. It's really good. So we like the red versus blue. So Fatty's going to be representing the
Jacob,
Democratic
that's
Party.
Black
Black
over there,
Wilson
bro.
Fisk, man. That's some dope shit, man. That's
I know.
Yeah, dude, he
fucking
does
suit
good
and
AI
everything.
art, but Jake, you don't look like that. But you're looking fresh, but
Dude, he put it
The
to when I had the
face,
blonde
bro.
hair. When I had the blonde
Yeah.
hair. I need to shave. That's what it is. But dude, that would be me if I was like a total Chad, you know? It's like 100% Chad.
no, dude, no. It's just like the face doesn't look right.
No?
He's not more Chad. No, well, kind of.
He's got a
kind
chiseled jaw, bro. He's got
of.
that chiseled
kind
jaw.
Of, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
but
Yeah.
nevertheless, guys, thanks everybody in the chat for stopping by. I'm going to shoot you off over there to Andrew since he's having the debate. And I'll catch
Yeah.
you guys on the next Project View pod. We'll see. Well, I'll be live tomorrow with the debate. Guys, thanks for tuning by in the chat. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Thanks.